tuned. Immediately after the game, we'll have Bob Lovell and the legendary Big Show in Network Indiana. Also, a quick reminder that throughout the course of next week, whether it be on our YouTube channel or our rrsn.com website, you can check out some great interviews with high school as well as our college athletes that we get a chance to cover. All the high school athletes that we met this past week at our respective shows. All those interviews are currently being uploaded to our YouTube channel, so check out some of the great things from the scoreboard. Frank Kilpikowski's blog, Matt Copsey's blog, and don't forget I have a feature story coming your way on Colts.com. Matt Copsey and I collaborated with a great story on Auden Jones, the young man we're going to see here today. Auden Jones, a member of the Prime Time 25. Going to see him tonight wearing jersey number 63.
I got to talk to him briefly at the Gritties a few months ago. Great young man, really great young man, great family as well.
Our coverage today being presented in part by Crozier's Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, it's okay to daydream about that chicken strip basket. I mean, come on. I know I do. It's loaded with chicken strips, fries, Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce. Only at Dairy Queen. Happy tastes good at Fry's Dairy Queen.
And it's the final days for registration for fall classes at Ivy Tech Community College, Lake County. Fall classes start this Monday, the 21st, so you've got just a little bit of time left to enroll, but not a lot. For information technology to healthcare, automotive to hospitality, Ivy Tech Lake County has programs designed to get you where you need to be so you're ready for the job you want. Call 219-392-3600, or you can check them on the web at ivytech.edu/Lake County and enroll right there on your computer today. Your future begins this fall at Ivy Tech Lake County.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in Northwest Indiana, look no further than my main man, Scott Miller, the realtor. He is the greatest of all time, folks, simply known as the GOAT. Scott Miller is a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards, accolades such as the top 1% of all teams within the Berkshire Hathaway nationally, top 15%, HomeSnap nationwide, recipient of the HomeSnap Excellence in Client Service Award based on his numerous client reviews. He's the official realtor of Hometown Jam. Scott Miller is also the Pursue Realty Group's top producing agent. That's what you want, man, right? Come on. Scott Miller, who was born and raised in Northwest Indiana, is an honest, hardworking agent who believes that the communication with this client is the key. Scott enjoys spending time with the family as the fireworks come out here, as the Vikings come out onto the field. And check out my main man, Scott Miller, the realtor of the Pursue Realty Group and Berkshire Hathaway HS Executive Realty at 219-263-3039. Don't forget to visit my man, Scott Miller, at his website. We're at listandbuy.scottmiller.com for results that move you. In the market to buy, sell, or both, Frank? You know what time it is.
Scott Miller time.
All right, Vikings down below us, decked out black pants and black jerseys with the green numbers, and they are trimmed in white. And, of course, the green helmets. Glad you can hop along here as we're going to have as the Kingsmen are coming in from the far side, decked out in the black pants, along with the white jerseys, the traditional gold helmets, and the black numbers. They will be on the west side of the field. The Vikings, of course, here on the east side of the field. Let's go on down here for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, what a night for football. Glad you can join us. Randall Connery in the broadcast booth with me. Randall, big game here tonight. Vikings, Kingsman. Who do you like?
It's going to be a close game, low-scoring game. if Valpo can minimize the big threat on the passing, I like Valpo. But if Penn gets behind the small corner of Valpo, I like Penn 21-17.
All right. Frankie Upakowski, you got the officials in tonight's game.
I do. Our crew, our good one tonight, Steve Green, as our referee. He's joined by Jeff Holmes, Tim Mills, and the veteran Bill Morrison. 72 degrees and pleasant here at kickoff. The wind is out of the east at 4 miles an hour. It is a non-factor this evening. As you mentioned, Paul, almost a perfect night for high school football here at Viking Field. Of course, we got field turf on the field. Both teams' captains heading out to the 50-yard line midfield area for the toss of the coin and the handshakes, and going over the last-minute ground rules here before tonight's season opening kickoff, Kingsmen and Vikings.
Glad you can join us. It's been nearly 30 years since we could open up the broadcast here by saying defending state champions from the Duneland Conference. That's right. The Vikings, of course, who became their quest to defend their state championship. That journey starts tonight here. Since 1997, this has been the long-standing opening game for these two teams. Of course, the great Chris Giesman and the legendary Mark Hoffman got that all party started. This is the 37th meeting all-time between these two teams. Penn leads the all-time series 26-10, including a 21-6 lead during the regular season. Bill Marshall is 3-2 against Corey Yeoman. Corey Yeoman is 16-7 as the head coach against Valparaiso. And ironically, Valparaiso has won 3 straight games here at home. Vikings to move from left to right, respectively. The Kingsmen from right to left.
Penn won the toss, Paul. They're going to defer to the second half, so Valpo is going to take the football first. And they're going to defend the second green at Forest Park, the south end here at Viking Field. It's a north-south field, of course, so they're going to be moving from our left to our right.
Once again, the Kingsmen coming in, ranked number 11 in the Indiana Football Coaches Association poll, number 9 in the Indiana Football Digest poll. Valparaiso ranked number 1 in both the IFCA poll as well as the IFD poll. To kick it off from right to left will be junior Dylan DeDario. And deep for the Vikings will be Austin McKenzie. He'll be right in the middle of the field. Along here on the near side will be Scotty Bragney. And let's see what DeDario does. This is his first kickoff of the season, as he'll approach the football, and the end-over-end kick is going to be taken by McKenzie at the 5. McKenzie to the 10, the 15. He'll squirt to the outside, cuts it back in. He'll be tackled right around the 22-yard line. Nice tackle on special teams that time by Dominic Bonner, the talented senior, as we're ready to get underway for the first offensive sequence for either football team tonight.
That was a nice tackle there because he had made an initial move, and he doesn't make the tackle. He had to move down the sidelines for Valpo, so good open field tackle there.
And now to move from left to right. Yeah, Vikings offense once again, Hofer, Riker, Price, Anderson, Sharp, the big boys up front, matched up against Frazier, Witten, Phillips, and Lynch. The officials waiting to sort out some of the details as they're going to, the offensive line of scrimmage will be the 22-yard line to move from left to right. There's the whistle by Timmy Holmes, and we're ready to get underway. Here, this first offensive sequence, Justin Clark in the short shotgun formation. 2 receivers set here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Clark with Davis on his left hip. Here is the handoff to Davis. He goes straight up the middle across the 25. Gang tackled right around the 28-yard, a pickup of 6. Getting off the bottom of the plow for the Penn Kingsman. Coming up was Maverick Brown, the 6'1", 209-pound senior. He had 15 stops a season ago. A second down, and we're going to call it 5. They're going to mark that back and give him a gain of 5. Once again, ball on the far hash mark, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Kingsman will bounce back out of that sequence. There's a run here to Davis. Davis across the 30 to the 32. He's got the first down. The tackle made by the Kingsman's Taylor Bauer. And also coming in to make the stop for the Penn Kingsmen was Evan Witten. A 6-yard pickup and the first down of the season for the Vikings.
The great thing about Davis is he always comes forward for the extra 1 or 2 yards and a first down for the Vikings.
2 receivers to the far side. This time it'll be Stokes on the far side along with Carter Emmett. Once again, Shotgun Clark on the near hash mark. He goes to Davis right up the middle. Good job at the point of the attack by the Kingsmen that time. Jackson Griffith came in to make the tackle. He had some help from Evan Witten. Pick up we'll give him 2 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. No score here. Just underway here from Viking Field. 10:30 kickoff clock running. Quarter number 1.
Nothing fancy thus far. We'll see if maybe work a little play action here. Maybe get Clark on the outside with a little run pass option here.
Scotty Bradley will be wide here to the right side. Julian Stokes will be the far side. 2 receivers in the far side slot. As once again, Justin Clark standing at the 30-yard line shotgun. Throws a little dart out here. Overthrows his intended receiver. And good coverage there by Penn, respectively, on the play. Tommy Paulus was out in that zip code for the Kingsmen.
Early game, maybe a little bit too much adrenaline that time.
Too much?
Clark with some
Manu Bull wouldn't have caught that. That's how much that went over his head.
Yeah, airmailed that one. So it'll be 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 now here for the Valparaiso Vikings. No score. Our first stoppage to play will be a 2-receiver set to the far side. Keegan Bailey, the tight end, will now be on the far hash mark. There'll be a 3-receiver set to the left side for the Vikings. We'll see how they fare here in their first 3rd down conversion opportunity. Here's the quarterback draw. Here is the quarterback hit and brought down. Great pursuit by the Penn Kingsman. Coming up was Tommy Paulus. Paulus, who had 3 tackles for negative yardage last year, and he's going to pick up where he left off. He's got his first TFL of the season. And now to punt the football for the Valparaiso Vikings. It's going to be Drayden Wilcox. Wilcox a year ago, 29.5. As the Penn Kingsmen, who've been known for their punt return, as deep one will be Tayshawn Bardo block. And we got a piece of it, but it still gets a pretty good roll for Valparaiso. And we'll move all the way down to here. We'll call it the 47-yard line of Penn. So a piece of the hand there at the last minute blocks the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Penn offense in great field position. No score here at the 9:17 mark. Our coverage today being presented in part by our great friend Dave Cox, the personal injury attorney. He supports region football, which is all the best to our region teams. We hope you never need his services, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum, is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence, getting fair and just results. Once again, Dave, give him a call at 219-225-5269. Kingsman, so from right to left now. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the right. Here is the handoff now here to Jake Bayless. He gets near the midfield stripe and a pickup of 3. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. And once again, we want to thank our good friend Dave Cox. Give him a call at 219-225-5269 or stop by and see him in Hobart at 8792 Ridge Road. 2nd down and 7 for Penn. Just underway here on the far hash mark, right at the midfield stripe. No score. 3 receiver set for the Kingsmen. Over here to the near side, Coker is joined out here by Isol. Also Kellen Watson. And here is McCullough, the keeper, and he is going to pick up about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. And they're going to move him down to the Valparaiso 48-yard line. So Penn is the first team to cross the time barrier, if you will, that magical 50-yard line. So it's 3rd down from the 48.
I think that was that Amplios again on the stop there,
Yep.
Andy? Yep. Yeah. He's been on both tackles thus far.
Tom Ampliotis, the junior, Sammy, the senior. Sammy, 79 stops a year ago. Here's the 3rd down and 5. McCullough throws out here in the flat ball, caught by the tight end. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Nice catch out here on the perimeter by Cole Bennett, the 6'3", 230-pound junior. Did not have a catch last year, but he picks up 7, and the Kingsmen get a 1st down here at the 7:59 mark, clock rolling. Ty Bean with the tackle. Bean a year ago, 71 stops, but a great-looking play by the Kingsmen. Wide receiver to the right side for Penn as Ross Bodle. The movement up front, Valparaiso stays firm. Now it's the movement on the left side here. Devin Freitag, the 6'6", 242-pound senior, jumped, and that's going to cost the Kingsmen 5 yards. Our first penalty against Penn tonight.
We expect to see a lot of these in week 1, as is a tradition, I guess you might say.
I'm going to say we're not going to get this.
No, maybe not as many as other schools, but often week 1 you're still working on counts, snap counts, and whatnot.
Wide receiver here to the near side is Coker. There's a pass over the middle, caught by Coker near the 40-yard line, and he's going to step out of bounds. It appears to be at the 38-yard line. A pickup of 7. And once again, safe passes for senior Nolan McCullough a year ago. 86 of 159 passing for 950 yards and 10 scores. Ball at the 39-yard line of Valparaiso. Penn on the march, trying to take advantage of great field position after a block punt. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Once again, it's Coker here on the left side. McCullough's in the short shotgun with Bayless behind him. There's a little pop pass to the tight end. Good enough for a first down is Cole Bennett with his second catch. That one picks up 12 yards and a Penn first down as they move it down to the 27-yard line.
Nice play call that time. Just a little pop pass. Good fake on the handoff that time. And McCullough with the pop pass over the middle for the tight end. A Mike Knezovic special there. Good enough for Kingsman's second first down of the drive.
Ross Buttle will be over here on the near side now. That wide receiver, 6 foot, 173-pounder. 2 receivers set to the far side. Now Cole Bennett, the tight end, goes to the right slot. Here is McCullough from the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling. Got a lane to run. He cuts to the outside, and he had his knees taken out from him. A great open field tackle.
Great tackle by Ty V.
Oh, my. V with just great fundamentals, Randall. Coming up and just squaring up those shoulders and holding him for no gain.
Oh, it was a great job by Bean getting off the blocker and wrapping it up in the open field.
Here's your second down and 10. Once again, no score. 5:46 to go. They're in this first quarter. Kingsman on the march inside the Viking 30-yard line. Mark it at the 27 with a second down and 10. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the right. Little offset high. And here's the quarterback McCullough on the keeper. And he is met with heavy resistance. Xander Corning, the first Viking to meet him, he introduced to him. Also, Reuben Wall was there to introduce him. A pickup of about a couple yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. No score at the 5:13 mark. Kingsman on the move at the 25-yard line of the Valparaiso Vikings.
The last 2 times on 3rd down, they have gone to Cole Bennett.
Let's see what they decide to do here now. Once again, 4 down linemen for the Vikings. Center Auden Jones hovers over the football. 3 receivers set here to the near side. McCullough with the shotgun. Bayless on the right side. McCullough back to pass, flushed out of the box. He is hit. And
start on Elijah Coker.
So it's a 5-yard mark off. And obviously the Vikings will take the real estate here.
Well, that could end up being huge here as far as potential field goal. If Penn doesn't get the first down, those 5 yards could be impressive.
Instead of 3rd down and 8, now you're talking 3rd down and 13.
That also is key.
Yeah, moves it back to the 30-yard line on the far hash mark. Once again, Kingsman, this time they'll bring in Tayshawn Bardo as a wide receiver, and Bardo will be flashed to the right side.
This drive in excess of 4.5 minutes this far, Paul.
2 receivers to the left side. Once again, Bayless is on the right hip of McCullough in the shotgun. Here's McCullough back to pass. Looks, going to step up, going to find some room to run, and he'll break free into the secondary. He'll go inside the 10, inside the 5, and he will go into the end zone. Nolan McCullough making chicken salad out of chicken doo-doo on that play. Oh, my, what a play by McCullough. Going 30 yards for the touchdown on 3rd down and 15. A great effort by the senior running back. And the Kingsmen are on the board with the first score here tonight at Viking Field at the 4:16 mark.
He just kind of waited for traffic to clear, and once it did, he had a little bit of a lane, and then he took off, and there was as you would say, Paul, green grass and high tides forever for the most part. He made a move inside the 5 to get into the end zone, but there was a lot of real estate out there for McCullough.
The long snapper, Aiden Deal, the junior. The holder, Austin Iso, and that play breaks down in a And the Vikings will thwart the point after touchdown, and it's a 6-0 Penn lead. We're going to take a timeout, come back with more of high school football. Penn 6, Valpo nothing. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back at 60 on WEFM and Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asks if you're feeling stuck in a state of compensation stagnation. You know, another year with no raise. Then let State Farm help you get to a better state with a discount double check that can stretch your hard-earned dollars a little farther. They'll go through your car insurance to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Discounts could add up to 40% and put a few $100 extra in your pocket. Discounts may vary state to state. Danny DeTola, 2449 45th Street, Highland, 963-4444. Andrea Harbin, 6504 U.S. Highway 6 Portage, 762-5514. And Robert Dacus, 835 Lincoln Way Avenue, Valparaiso, 476-7444.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, Frank Hilpikowski, Randall County, and Fred Maxey's going to give us scores when we come back out of this recap. Here's Frank Hilpikowski with the recap.
All right, Paul, 8 plays, 53 yards, took 5:01 off the clock. Noah McCullough from 30 yards out on the scamper. Bad snap on the PAT resulted in a failed conversion. So 4:16 to go here in the first quarter. Penn strikes first. They lead Valpo 6-0.
As Penn will kick off from right to left, they'll angle this one straight into the hands of Austin McKenzie. McKenzie goes straight up the middle, and he's out to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Valparaiso offense will start its second offensive sequence. They're a 6-0 trailer here on Regional Radio Sports at the 4:09 mark.
Duffy's placed at 1154 Axe Avenue in Valparaiso. There's pre- and post-game stop 7 days a week. Monday Night Football on 8 HDTVs with free chili, cheese, dogs, and chips. Tuesdays, trivia at 7. Wednesdays, $2 Chicago dogs. Thursdays, $2 tamales, tacos, and fish. And Fridays, fish fry and live music. Their menu also includes wings, pierogies, burgers, and sandwiches. Great tasting food at Duffy's Place in Valparaiso, 1154 Axe Avenue.
Once again, Vikings, 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the left side. The quarterback on the keeper, Justin Clark, finds some positive room near the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 4 on the play. As put the ball in the belly of the fullback, and Clark was able to pick up some positive yardage. Going to call it a second down, and actually they're going to give him 4. Second down and 6.
Tommy Paulus on the stop.
Paulus may sound familiar for those living in Michiana. His dad was a pretty good football player, so they say. 2 receivers set to the near side. Here's a run straight up the middle. And a first down for Valparaiso on the run by Travis Crash Davis. And he literally did that. He crashed through the front. And with that being said, a gain of 11, and the Vikings have their first down of the season, and it comes with about 3.5 to go.
Second first down.
Davis got one on the first drive.
That was a great dive play by Valpo right there.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Penn showing blitz. There's a run up the middle. Once again, this time the Kingsmen read it like a book. No gain on the play as 5 white jerseys converge this time on Davis. I'll bring up a second down in Penn. 2:55 to go. 6-0 Penn here in quarter number 1. Hofer, Reichert, Price, Anderson, Sharp, the big boys up front, being coached up by the legendary Eric Kennedy, former Hobart great. Now a member of this Valpo staff. 2 receivers set to the short side of the field, 1 to the left side. Clark shotgun. He has a man in motion to the far side. Here is the quarterback. Bounces off 1, and he is wrapped up. That play was Dustin Jackson Griffith. Absolutely brought it all. And that tackle for loss. We're going to be a loss of 7 on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17. An auspicious beginning for the Valparaiso offense.
He was able to avoid Maverick Brown at the beginning, but Jackson Griffith and Tommy Paulus are right there.
Once again, it'll be Keegan Bailey. He'll be in the slot to the far side. And we'll have two right and 2 left for Justin Clark. Clark, shotgun formation. Penn shows blitz. Clark back to pass. Steps up out of the pocket, gets away from one, throws over the middle.
Oh.
Pass ill-advised. Pass incomplete. Intended for Davis. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 17, ball on the 24. Valparaiso offensively in the first 2 sequences has not been what the team we saw a year ago, as we did not expect. A lot of new faces in spots, rotating in and out. And now Penn will move back into that punt formation. Last time we saw this, Penn was able to get one off as Drayden Wilcox. This time he hits a knuckleball, and it'll angle to the left side, and it gets a Valparaiso roll, and it will roll all the way down to the 33-yard line. 33-yard punt, 1st and 10 Penn, with 90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We want to thank some of our great friends, including our friends at Ivy Tech, for making it happen here today.
Final days for registration for fall classes at Ivy Tech Community College at Lake County. Fall classes start on Monday, the 21st. You have very little time left to enroll, but from information technology to healthcare, automotive, and hospitality, Ivy Tech Lake County has programs designed to get you where you need to be so you're ready for the job you want. Call 219-392-3600 or visit ivytech.edu/Lake County. Enroll today. Your future begins this fall at Ivy Tech Lake County.
Watson and Cook are wide here to the near side for Penn. McCullough hands it off now to Bayless. Bayless dives forward, picks up about 3 yards on the play. Valparaiso coming up and making the stop. I believe that was Tyler Verschure in the zip code. Also Ty Bean in the same area. We have a 2nd down and 8. Once again, we're nearing the 1 minute mark here in quarter number 1.
You know, we've seen this story before, Valpo getting off to a slow start in the first quarter of games. We saw it multiple times last year, including the state final. So, as you often say, Paul, you got to play 4.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers set here to the near side, tight end. Goes to the backside. McCullough flushed out of the pocket, throws a home run ball. Ball is caught. What a sensational effort by Kellen Watson. He mistimed his jump, but he pushed the ball up. It was a tip drill. He tipped it to himself. He hauled it in Valparaiso territory, a 26-yard gain. Kellen Watson, a year ago, only 5 receptions for 51 yards, comes up with a big one there here in the final 40 seconds of the first quarter to put Penn offense in Valparaiso territory for the 2nd time in the first quarter. McCullough, short shotgun, 2 to the right. The tight end, Bennett in motion to the right side. Here is McCullough on the keeper. Off the left side, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made by Sammy Ampliotis, a 9-yard gain, however. What a great read by Nolan McCullough as he sent Jake Ballas in the opposite direction. A gain of 9, 2nd and 1. That's going to do it. Quarter number 1 is in the books here from Viking Field. The Penn Kingsmen lead the Valparaiso Vikings 6-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on WEFM and Regional Radio Sports.
A community isn't just a bunch of people living in the same place. A community is when those people form bonds built on mutual respect and trust. Horizon Bank is a community bank. We build relationships over time with exceptional service and sensible advice. With advisors who listen to your dreams, then work to turn them into a reality. Come in today or visit us at horizonbank.com and let us show you. Horizon Bank. Before we lend, we listen. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Let's go over to Freddie Maxey with the scoreboard update. There, Freddie.
Okay, so locally we have Michigan City 7-0 over Warsaw.
Hold on to that thought. Penn gets the football and the move from left to right. McCall with the handoff to Bayless. He'll dart to the outside. He's going to pick up the first down. And he's going to get all the way out here to the 25 we'll call it the 26-yard line, and gain of 4. A gain of 3. It's a first down. Take it away, Fred.
Okay, so also across the state, we have number 3, Cathedral, 42-7 over Lafayette Jup. That's in the third quarter. We have Northwood, 22, Jimtown, 8. We have Westfield, 14, New Pal, 0. And we have Cincinnati Moeller, 7, Indianapolis, 10, Davis, 6.
All right, thanks, Fred. Great job, as always. 2 receivers to the near side, Here's a run by Bayless to the far side. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be hit for about a 4-yard loss. Great pursuit by the Viking defense that time. Randall is coming up and making us a big play. We're a slew of black jerseys.
Xavier Corning, Tanner Young, and Ruben Wall.
All right, Frank's got our first quarter stats. Frank?
All right, now Penn with 4 first downs and just got their 5th. Valpo with 2 yardage has been heavily dominated by the Kingsmen, 101-20. All of Valpo's on the ground. Penn rather 49 rushing, 52 through the air. Penn converted both their third down conversions. Penn had the only penalties, 2 5-yarders, and Penn with about a minute edge of time of possessions.
Second down and 12 here from the 28-yard line. Play action. McCullough throws the ball. And a little square out opportunity to Elijah Cooker. He broke the route off. McCullough mistimed the play. Pass incomplete. It's going to bring up a third down and 12.
First completion for McCullough. He's played about as perfect the first quarter as you could.
Another scoreboard update. Mishawaka leads 20-12 on Mishawaka Marion in the second quarter, and Concord leads 13-0 over Elkhart.
Third down, and we're going to call it 12 at the 28. 6-0 our score here. Penn with the early lead on the 5A defending state champions. 2 receivers set here to the right side. It'll be Kellen Watson. He'll be joined out there by Tayshawn Bardo. A wide receiver to the far side as well. Here is McCullough back to pass. Timing pattern towards the end zone. The wide receiver,
Elijah Coker, ran the wrong route.
He did.
He zigged when he should have zagged.
And with that being said, it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12. And now it's decision time for Corey Yeoman. I think he's just going to keep the offense in.
Yeah, I think good
and
call.
they're going to go for it on 4th and 12.
Might as well. I believe it'd be a really long field goal at this point. You might as well just go for it. Worst case scenario, the way Penn's defense has played through the first 2 series, you're not giving up very bad field position.
Coker wide to the far side. 2 receivers set now at Bardo and Watson here to the right side. McCullough back to pass, gets away from 1, but will not get away from 2 and 3 as he is sacked back at the 32-yard line. Tommy Ampeliotis was there along with Ty Bean
and Xavier Corning.
Yeah, great effort by the Vikings as they make Penn turn it over on downs. And at the 10:30 mark, the Viking offense will stroll out onto the field after the defense did what it's supposed to do. Bend, but they didn't break. So the Valparaiso offense to move from right to left.
See if that swings the momentum on from the defense to the offense. We saw that a lot of times last year.
It looked like Penn was trying to do some crossing routes to confuse the linebackers and Valpo didn't.
Here's Justin Clark with the handoff to Davis. Davis breaks free. Davis to the 40. Still on his feet. Stiff arm to the defender. Matter of fact, knocked the helmet off the Kingsman. Boy, oh boy, what a play. Vinny Freeman got the uppercut and lost his headpiece. And it's a 1st and 10. A nice 17-yard run by Travis Crass Davis.
Forearm to the face.
The old forearm shiver right there. That was very Walter Payton-esque.
Very much.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line for the Vikings. 10-12 to go in the quarter. They're a 6-0 trailer. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Clark shotgun, back to pass, steps up, throws the home run ball. Got a man there. Scotty Brandy is there, and he makes the catch at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Vikings. A 41-yard reception for Scotty Brandy. They're actually going to put his knee down at the 11-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 11. Marking a 40-yard pass now, officially with the mark-off. And now the Vikings trying to take advantage of the big play. They're knocking at the offensive door here now. Once again, Davis on the right hip of Clark, shotgun. Brandy in motion to the far side. Here's Davis, spins inside the 10, down inside, and there's a flag down. Or was it just a beanbag?
It's a beanbag.
So they'll mark him down at about the 7-yard line.
Not sure if the ball came out or not. Usually that's when they throw the beanbag, but I think Valpo was still on it. They may have seen the ball though briefly. It's going to be a pickup of 4, Paul.
It'll be up a 2nd down. Once again, that big offensive line of Matt Hofer, Ben Reichert, DeAndre Price, Grant Anderson, Caleb Sharp dig in for the black and green jerseys.
Mike should get a first down at the 1, remember here.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It'll be Scotty Brady to the near side. Here's a run inside. They'll get the ball inside the 5. Once again, Travis Davis.
That's a great tackle, fundamental tackle by Jackson Griffith.
Right Benny Freeman also in on the stop. A gain of 3. So it's decision time now for Bill Marshall. Does he try to put it up in the air, or will he run the football? We'll see what their short offense, their short yardage offense is here with 8:27 to go in the quarter. Brandy here to the near side. 2 receivers set to the right side. Clark, the keeper, going to run straight up the middle, and he somersaults himself into the end zone, but the ball comes loose.
No, he did first.
They're going to say he scores the touchdown before he lost the football.
Well, it was recovered by Valpo, too.
And there it is. The Vikings have tied it up at the 8:14 mark of quarter number 2. 2 big plays. And the Vikings move the ball the length of the field. That big 17-yard run by Davis and the big pass play from Bradney as Clark scores the touchdown. Just in a year ago, 11 rushing touchdowns, and now the point after touchdown.
All important.
Very, very much so. And the Vikings with 1. Drayden Wilcox was 22 of 25 a year ago. The holder, Jacob Moore. There's the snap, good placement, kick end over end, and it is good. Vikings 7, Kingsman 6, 8:14 to go, quarter number 2. We'll be back with more right after this on WEFM. 60-second timeout on the Week and Regional Radio Sports.
It's time you start earning more on your deposits. Tech Credit Union's Money Mover Savings and Certificates of Deposit can help you do just that. Offering better than competitive rates and the personal service you deserve, now is a great time to look at your savings strategy. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they're a better option for you and for your money. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 1-800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
General Radio Sports, Paul Condry along with Frank Hill, Bukowski, Randall Condry with the details. Freddie Mac keeps the scores. Let's go over to Frank for a recap of that pretty impressive drive by Valparaiso, taking advantage of a great defensive effort. They gave the offense some mo.
They sure did. After the defensive stuff, they go 5 plays, 68 yards. The big pass to Bradley, 2:16 off the clock. It sets up Justin Clark from 4 yards out. Drayden Wilcox to PAT, 8:14 to go, first half. Valpo with their first lead of the season, 7-6.
Coker on the kickoff return will come out here to about the 28-yard line where he's tackled there, and that's where the Penn offense. And then there's a flag on the Kingsman as somebody on Penn ripped the helmet off one of the Valparaiso players.
Yeah, Sam Ampileotis, who had his helmet ripped off.
Jacob Moore with the stop.
It's going to be 15 the other way. So now Penn was going to have decent field position. Now they're going to be backed up inside the 15, I believe.
Penn is also very lucky they didn't get 2 flags on that play because they could have got unsportsmanlike conduct and a face mask.
You're correct.
Tim Holmes and company's trying to sort out some of the details.
Couple of scores to update on, guys. Last I saw, LaVille was up 14-3 on Bremen. Not sure that was given out. Late first half, Mishawaka extends their lead 27-12 over Marion. Plymouth with a 14-0 lead on Calumet. Plymouth didn't win many games last year, did they? That's a bit of a surprise, although Calumet lost a lot to graduation, and it is going to be 15 yards against Penn, Paul.
Moving all the way back to the 15-yard line. Hey, DQ fans, the caramel fudge cheesecake, that's what you need to know. The Blizzard Treat has arrived. It's so wonderful that you won't want to miss out. Indulge your cheesecake cravings and get a heaping helping of fudge and caramel, too. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good at Crozier's Dairy Queen in Valpo. Here's the 1st and 10 at the 8:08 mark. The Penn offense with the football to move from left to right as Jake Bayless is swarmed under by the Viking defenses. They have brought the house again. Great effort
with the tackle.
Jacob Moore, who is filling in for Tyrus Morris, who's out with a knee injury. Actually, what they've done is they've moved Moore to a safety, and Tice Morris is moved over to the corner. That is a loss of 2. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. Penn, which really dominated not only the stats, but the line of scrimmage. Let a couple big plays on the defensive side open up things from the offense, and Valpo playing with a whole another level right now. Here is Bayless up the middle, and he's wrapped up. Great hit behind the line initially to wrap him up.
I think he got back to the original line of scrimmage, Paul.
And I'll tell you what, Tommy and Sammy Ampliotis have been outstanding so far, the two brothers.
Yep.
McCullough asking for a play from the sideline. And here we go, here on 3rd down and 10 for Penn. 6:53 to go in the quarter. Kingsman, 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions so far today. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the far side. McCullough shotgun. He steps back. They're going to set up a screen pass, and that pass was well overthrown as Bayless was the intended receiver, and that play busted up big time by the Valpo defense.
Great job by Xander Corning on also making sure the running back didn't leak out too far.
It was outstanding at the point of attack. 4th down, and the punt team will come in for a Kingsman.
Valpo going to get great field position here. You think they might get it here in Penn territory.
Austin Eisel will punt, the senior. A couple of Vikings up in the brochure. And here is the ball taken. And on the move is Barr. And making the catch and still diving forward. What a run here by Austin McKenzie. McKenzie down to the left side is finally wrapped up. And that was an odd-looking play. Everybody stopped playing for a moment and realized that McKenzie his knee was never down. So it's all the way down to the 30-yard line, 29-yard punt, 13 on the return, and the Valparaiso offense is sitting in the catbird seat with a 1st and 10 at the Penn 30-yard line with 6:28 to go with a 7-6 lead. As Justin Clark sends 2 receivers to the right side. And now wide is going to be Andrew Alcorn. The backup quarterback is in, and he'll be as a wide receiver to the right side. Here is Davis wrapped up immediately. Great play at the point of attack by Penn. Alan Phillips, the 6', 223-pound defensive tackle, was not fooled, blew off the offensive line, and that's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
1.5, truth be told there, Paul.
Once again, 7-6 in favor of the. I thought both of the offenses would line it up, and we're going to end up one of these 1-point games. Once again, Penn with an early score in the first quarter. Valpo was scored here in the second quarter. That's where we're at, 7-6. Man in motion to the right side. Here is the quarterback Clark on the keeper. Gets a great pile drive by the big boys up front. Anderson, Sharp, and Price. And he'll run all the way down to the 26-yard line. Pick up a 5. Randall, you're at this stage right now, you're in 4-down territory.
I absolutely agree. If you got 2 different options. You can either do a nice little play-action pass because on the big play, they saw Penn kind of sneaking into the backfield with their eyes, and that's how they got that big play.
Wide to the far side is Bradney, to be joined out there by Alcorn. Receiver to the near side, Julian Stokes. Penn showing blitz. Here is the quarterback Clark on the keeper, and he will be wrapped up. He did not get the first down. Forward progress will move him to the 25. gain of 1. Now it's decision time.
It's great.
And Drayden Wilcox last season, 2 of 4 in the field goal department. The longest was between a 20 and 29. So this will be a career long.
Yeah, it's a doozy
for Drayden Wilcox as he'll kick from left to right. The holder, Jacob Moore. The long snapper, Evan Olson, the senior,
No win.
the kick from right to left. Wilcox eyes it. Good snap, good placement. Line drive kick is off to the left. No good. He had plenty of leg. He just missed it. So the Penn defense comes through big after giving up a big play. They stymie the Viking offense, and we'll get you right now to the Penn offense.
With decades of legal experience, the attorneys at Patton Law are committed to making a difference for our clients and our community. Located on the Courthouse Square in downtown Valparaiso, Patton Law assists individuals and businesses with a variety of legal matters throughout Northwest Indiana, including affordable estate planning, criminal defense, business law, family law, and more. Visit www.pattonlawin.com to learn more and to request a consultation. Patton Law, located in downtown Valparaiso, committed to making a difference for our clients and our community.
2 receivers to the right side now for Penn, and the persons of Coker and Watson, respectively. Now the tight end, Bennett, goes in motion to the far side. McCullough shotgun. Hands it off to Bayless on the jet sweep. He's got some room to run to the 30, the 40, the 50 down the left side, to the 30, the 25, 20, 15, and he is going to take it to the house. Jake Bayless, the 5'10", 198-pound senior, on the first play goes 80 yards, and the Kingsmen, with 4:05 to go in the second quarter, have a 12-7 lead. He was shot out of a cannon. What a run by Bayless. A year ago with 6 touchdowns. This time he just was untouched once he got into the open area. Nothing but green grass and hot dogs forever. Point after touchdown pending. Hustling in. Dylan Daddario from the hold of Brody Cashin, the 6'170" sophomore. Here is another bad.
Oh, it was blocked.
Oh, it was blocked.
It was a bad snap and block.
A botched PAT for Penn. Penn, one of the best special teams historically.
0 for 2.
0 for 2 in the PATs. It's a 12-7 advantage with 4:05. We'll keep it right here. And thanks to some of our friends, including my good friend Scotty Miller. Hey, if you're in the market to buy or sell a home in Northwest Indiana, look no further than Scott Miller, a Maine realtor. Scotty, a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards, accolades such as the top 1% of all teams within the Berkshire Hathaway nationally, top 15% of HomeSnap agent nationwide, recipient of the HomeSnap Excellence of Client Service Award based on numerous client reviews, the official realtor of Hometown Jams. Scotty Miller is also the Pursue Realty Script top producing agent. Born and raised here in Northwest Indiana, honest, hardworking guy, believes that communication with his clients is the key. What a novel concept today. Way to go, GOAT. Scott enjoys spending time with his family and looks forward to helping you with yours. If you want results, call Scott Miller, the realtor of Pursue Realty, at 219-263-3039. That's 219-263-3039. Don't forget to see my guy, Scott Miller, at his website at listandbuywithscottmiller.com for results that move you. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, you know what time it is?
You sure do. It's Scott Miller time. Now let's recap that drive before we kick off here. 1 play, 80 yards, just 11 seconds off the clock. Jake Bayless takes it the distance, 80 yards. The block PAT, as Penn still has not made one in this ball game. 4:05 to go first half. Penn reclaims the lead in a seesaw game, 12-7.
Dylan Daddario to kick from left to right. Here's the kick. Going to be taken by McKenzie at the 5, the 10, the 15. McKenzie sidesteps the defender and gets out to the 26-yard line, and that's where he's wrapped up. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Valparaiso Vikings offense. They're a 12-7 trailer, with 3:59 to go here in the second quarter of play. Second quarter today being presented in part by our great friends at the McEwen Law Office at 6382 Central Avenue in Portage. Litigates personal injury, wrongful death, medical malpractice, civil, eminent domain, personal and commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 7738, or check out the website at McEwenLaw.com. Man in motion coming in the near side. Here's Davis spinning forward, and he has just rammed forward. Great job up front by the Valparaiso guys up front. It was Grant Anderson, Ben Reichert just kept pushing him forward.
Yeah, Ben Reichert giving a little assist there for 2 or 3 extra yards.
That was the Bush push.
Yes, it was.
I always need to make sure I mention those things with Fred Maxey in the house.
Yes.
The push.
One of my favorite plays of all time.
Second down in 6 after a 4-yard gain. Ball resting at the 30-yard line in the middle of the field for Justin Clark and company. He's got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Penn shows blitz. Here is Clark on the read. Great, good read option. He's going to pick up the first down on the 6-yard run. Make it 7 when it's all said and done. He moves him out to the 38-yard line. Randall, just a great read by Justin Clark.
I'm very happy he didn't pitch that ball. Because if he pitches that ball, it's going the other way for a Penn touchdown. And
just a good look by the quarterback of the Vikings. Realized that the outside linebacker was there. Wide to the far side, Julian Stokes. 2 receivers set here to the near side. Clark shotgun. Here comes Penn with the blitz. Here's Clark. He's going to take off, and he's going to throw out here in the play. Ball caught by Bagley. Bagley is going to pick up some positive yards. They move him out here to about the 43-yard line.
Great tackle by Maverick Brown.
Yeah, one-on-one tackle there. Otherwise, because Bagley had a lot of real estate.
Clark doing a nice job to avoid when the pocket collapsed. 6-yard gain. 2:32 to go in the first half. 10-12, Valpo 7.
Scoreboard update, Crown Point 7, Bull 0, and East Noble 17, Lure 7 at half.
Second down and 4. Here is Clark back to pass. Looks, throws downfield. And he short-armed it. And that's on Clark there.
Yeah, he's kicking himself on that one. And Bagley going over to him saying, hey, look, we live to fight another day. A little encouragement from the tight end.
Third down and 4.
Another update, Michigan City at 7-0 still over Warsaw, and Plymouth 14-0 over Calumet.
Third down and 4 here. Ball at the far hash mark at the 43-yard line for Valparaiso. Going against the Penn defense. Anchored up front by Frazier, Witten, Phillips, and Lynch. Valpo 1 for 4 on third down conversions. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the right side. Here's Davis straight up the middle. He will be short of the first down. Former Progress makes him to the 45. He picks up 2. Great job by Penn, especially coming up from the backside, the formation. Benny Freeman was there. Got some help in there. Also from Vince Horner.
This is a really tough decision for Coach Bill Marshall. You got 4th and 2. You're inside 2 minutes and you're in your own territory. What he might do is run the clock down, take a timeout here, and think about what he wants to do. If he wants to play a little riverboat gambler, or if he wants to just punt it, knowing that Penn gets the ball first to start the second half, he may decide to go for it. Penn's going to take timeout.
So the gamesmanship between these 2 successful head coaches, we'll keep it right here. We want to thank some of our great friends who make it happen here today. Here we go. Let's say hi to our friends at Duffy's Place.
Duffy's is at 1154 X Avenue in Valparaiso. They're free and post-game stops 7 days a week. Watch Monday Night Football when the games are back on 8 HD TVs with free chili, cheese, dogs, and chips. Tuesday nights, trivia at 7 o'clock. Wednesdays, $2 Chicago dogs and shuffle for table turn as well. Thursdays, $2 tamales and tacos. Fridays, the fish fry and live music on the weekend. The menu also includes wings, pierogies, burgers, and sandwiches, all which sound really good right now. Delicious, great tasting food. The secret to making life better at Duffy's Place, 1154 X Avenue, right here in good old Valparaiso.
Whether your retirement feels like a 99-yard drive or you're at the goal line looking to punch the ball in, or a good coaching staff can guide you before the game goes into OT. Farrell Wealth is a wealth management company that personally guides you to your retirement end zone. Locally owned and operated in Valpo. They'll get you the first downs as you move the chains of your life. Give them a call today at 219-246-2516 or check out the Farrell Wealth YouTube channel. Don't get caught up in that last-minute Hail Mary throw. Here's Valparaiso on 4th down.
Are they going to try and draw him off?
And the quarterback will come up to the line of scrimmage, and then Bill Marshall will take a timeout, and we're going to continue telling you about our great friends at Farrell Wealth. Don't forget to call Farrell Well today at 219-246-2516. You can find them on the web or subscribe to that Farrell Well YouTube channel. Don't leave your retirement up to a last-minute Hail Mary throw. Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC. Once again, special thanks to Farrell Well for underwriting our broadcast today.
We got a final score. Cathedral 55, Lafayette Jeff 14 from Lucas Oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
They're good.
We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I know Freddie liked them. He and I went over kind of our preseason picks, and that was there were 2 or 3 teams that we both liked, and Cathedral was, I think, at the top of his list, but he liked them in 6A this year, so they're off to a really good start.
The punt team, Drayden Wilcox, will come on to punt. A pair of Kingsmen deep, perfect snap. And here's a high spiraling kick will angle to the right side. And the ball will go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Wilcox with a beautiful punt away from the defender, but a good rush up front by Benny Freeman, who really gave it his all as he busted through on special teams.
That could have
made it interesting.
That could have been dangerous because, if you run into the kicker there, you basically give Valpo the ball back, but he made sure not to do that. I suspect Penn will probably play it conservatively here, backed up at their own end. They do have 2 timeouts left, but they do get the ball first in the second half.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the right side for Noah McCullough. McCullough, the 6'3", 198-pound senior, has the tight end. Bennett going to the far side. Here's McCullough on the keeper. He squirts free, and he just never gave up as he drives forward for a solid gain of about 7. McCullough has been outstanding today in every aspect of the game. And he has been the go-to guy on the offense. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left now for Nolan McCullough.
We're going no huddle.
With 1 minute to go, McCullough back to pass, throws a dart. Oh, intercepted coming over the middle. Great defensive effort. Ball is caught over here, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. A great catch coming out of there. Was it Morris? I believe it was Tice Morris who made the catch. Tice, who didn't have a interception last year. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings offense with plenty of time left. 55 seconds to go. As soon as I'm talking about, McCullough's been the best player on the field for the Kingsmen. He throws an interception, deep in his own territory.
Yep. Well, we mentioned about maybe playing it conservative, and
they did.
That's the risk. That's the risk you run when you don't. And now Valpo definitely in scoring territory already.
2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left now. It's Justin Clark, shotgun. They'll run a little delay back here to the near side. Davis gets down to about the 29-yard line and gain of 5.
Clock's going to run, though.
Clock rolling. Vinny Freeman making the stop on that particular play. As the Vikings with I thought they have 2 timeouts remaining. The scoreboard is wrong.
Yes.
Here is pass out here, incomplete. Bradley, the intended receiver.
Just as well, too, because he was would have been short of the first down.
Turned out to be a blessing in disguise with 31.7 seconds. As Clark tried to check off from the initial receiver. And once again now with a 3rd down and 6, ball at the 29-yard line. I don't know who running the scoreboard. But somebody needs some help out there.
Just on the timeout.
2 receivers. Ball is at the 29-yard line.
It should be the 30.
Here's the quarterback back to Clark. Clark, then he tripped up. Nice job defensively. Coming up, Maverick Brown, his 2nd big defensive effort of the night, comes through, and that's going to be a loss. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and we're going to call it 11.
Yep.
Go into halftime.
Well, they might.
Or do you do one Hail Mary just to the end?
Absolutely.
They might do one Hail Mary. Call timeout with about 4 seconds left here.
And Bill Marshall will take a timeout with 1.4 seconds. 1.4. He looked over to the official, and he let a whole second come off the clock. So it's decision time. We want to thank some of our great friends who make it happen here today, including our great friends at Spectrum Financial Group. My main man, the Griddle. Don't forget to stay tuned to the postgame show. We'll be announcing our top defensive player of the ballgame right now. Maverick Brown is in the running for that one from Penn High School. Don't forget Spectrum Financial Group. Jeff Farmer is a registered independent advisor, been serving clients in downtown Hobart since 1984. Located at 607 East 3rd Street. They specialize in 401k IRA rollovers with income planning for retirement. For over 35 years, Spectrum Financial Group has been specializing in college funds, investment, budget analysis, insurance, and annuity products. For a clear and easy evaluation to put you on a path toward a more secure financial future, contact the Grendel himself, Jeff Larimore, at 219-942-8287. Tonight's Grendel Award, which we'll announce in the post-game show, will be sponsored in part by Spectrum Financial Group.
Second quarter score, Homestead 7, Carmel 7.
Well, Paul, it's the 30-year anniversary of the Ben Brown touchdown before halftime. They need to summon the ghost of Ben Brown here. Little Hail Mary student body left or something here before halftime.
Two to the right side, man in motion. Coming in the near side is Stokes. Back the pass is Clark. Clark flushed out. Throws a home run ball downfield. The ball is caught. Touchdown! What a play. Scott Bradley with no time on the clock got behind the Penn defense. A 35-yard touchdown with 0 on the clock. So Valparaiso will go to the locker room a 13-12 leader, or is it going to be 14-12?
Well, or is it going to be 15 here? Well, they're going to try just the PAT here. But what a job by Clark to evade the rush. He was nearly sacked, stepped up in the pocket. Bradley all alone in the end zone. Beautiful play.
Drayden Wilcox, the point after touchdown opportunity placement, good. End over end kick is through the uprights. It is good. Valparaiso goes to the locker room with a 14-12 lead. And we'll be back with more right after this 2-minute timeout. Halftime, game one, coming your way on WEFM and the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and a proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org.
Engravables is your local source for team trophies, plaques, and awards. They're located at 2005 Calumet Avenue in Valparaiso. They are also your local headquarters for badges, ID tags, and signage, gift items, and rubber stamps. Engravables has expanded into promotional products such as pens, calendars, drinkware, and giveaways for your business. For more information, visit their website at engravables.net or call Engravables at 219-477-5656.
Your hometown credit union. People helping people. First Trust Credit Union.
First Trust Credit Union can help you score big with a game plan to support all your financial needs. Our lineup includes accounts, loans, and 24/7 online banking. So get off the bench and contact your hometown First Trust Credit Union team today at 800-276-6161 or firsttrustcu.com.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you hopped along here for game number one here in 2023. It's a privilege to put the headset on, as always. Thanks to our amazing group of sponsors who are doing this. Special thanks to the legendary Hall of Fame sportscaster Mike Knezovich for his great work all season long with sales and marketing and doing all the little things that makes him the greatest teammate I've ever had in my lifetime. 14-12 our score here. What we're going to do is we're going to recap the entire scoring for the first half, even though we didn't recap the scoring drive on that last Viking drive. Frank will take care of that right now, Frank.
All right, Paul, for you just joining us, Penn on their first offensive possession after Valpo went 3 and out. They actually partially blocked a punt and took advantage of great field position. They went 8 plays, 53 yards, took 5:01 off the clock. Nolan McCullough with a nifty 30-yard touchdown run at the 4:16 mark of the first quarter. The PAT was no good on a bad snap, and Penn led 6-0 at that point. And that's the way it stood at the end of the first quarter. But Valpo got a big defensive stop on a 4th down as Penn was driving in Valpo territory. Penn turned it over on downs, and Valpo took advantage, went 5 plays, 68 yards, took 2:16 off the clock. Big pass from Clark to Scotty Bradney of 40 yards. Set up a Clark 4-yard touchdown run at the 8:14 mark of the second quarter. Drayton Wilcox had the PAT, and Valpo led it 7-6. And it stayed that way. Valpo looked like they were going to put some more points on the board midway through the second quarter, but Wilcox hooked a 42-yard field goal attempt. And on the ensuing play, Penn went to their man, Jake Bayless, who one play went 80 yards at the 4:05 mark after the missed field goal. That just took 11 seconds off the clock. The PAT was blocked by Valpo. It was 12-7 Penn. Penn actually had the football one more time before halftime, decided to go for it, but an interception by Ty Morris gave Valpo the football back, and after a sack, it looked like Valpo was going to be down at halftime, but nonetheless, they were able to find the end zone, a 4-play, 34-yard drive. Took the final 55 seconds of the first half off, and on the last play of the first half, Justin Clark, 35 yards to Scotty Bradney for the score. Much to the delight of the home fans here at Valpo High School. Wilcox had the PAT, and Valpo in a seesaw game of alternating scores. 3 lead changes in the ball game. They lead at 14-12 here at the half.
First half recap presented in part by our friends and good buddy Dave Cox, personal injury attorney. He supports region football, which is the best select of all our region teams. We'll have scores from Freddie here in a minute with all those. We hope you never need Dave's services, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum and is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence and getting fair and just results. For a free consultation from my main man, Dave Cox, and to discuss his best game plan in your case, give Dave a call at 219-TALLCOX, which is 219-225-5269. Or check him out online at DaveCoxLaw.com. Cox Law Office located at 8792 East Ridge Road in beautiful Hobart, Indiana. We're going to take a quick timeout. Come back. We've got scores. We've got stats. We have it all. And that's what you get when you tune in to Regional Radio Sports. Once again, stay tuned. More things coming away, courtesy of our friends at Farrell Wealth, because they're practicing wealth growth and the creation, protection, and preservation of distribution of wealth during life and after death. Their securities are offered through LPN Financial. Once again, we want to thank our friends at Farrell Wealth. A great football team has a formidable game plan for every game. They have a detailed playbook that guides them to every win. When thinking about your retirement investments, don't draw your plays in the sand. Have a plan. Farrell Wealth is a wealth management company that personally guides you through your retirement end zone. Locally here in Valpo, they'll get you first downs as you move the chains of your life. Call Farrell Wealth today, 219-246-2516. Find them on the web and subscribe to the Farrell Wealth YouTube channel. Don't leave your retirement up to a last minute Hail Mary throw. We'll be back with more right after this. 14-12, our score, Vikings. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the We and Regional Radio Sports.
For the past 95 years, Northwest Indiana has been trusting the Bozak name for automotive sales and service. During that time, the Auto Group expanded from 1 brand and location to 12 brands in 9 locations today, all under one common name, the Bozak Auto Group. Whether you drive for work or pleasure, Bozak's unrivaled inventory of over 1,900 new and pre-owned cars and trucks has what you need. With over 5,000 5-star Google reviews, see why it's better at Bozak.
The key to competing and winning is hard work, preparation, and persistence. At Friedman & Associates, we believe in the same principles. Our law firm has been here since 1984, providing legal counsel on a range of issues, including employment matters, juvenile law, traffic DUI matters, accident injury cases, school law, and family matters. If it's not an area of law we practice in, we can refer you to someone who can assist your needs. Friedman & Associates, prepared, persistent, and hardworking.
Summer's here, and it's time to hit the road. But before you do, here's some essential summer car care tips. First, check your tire pressure and make sure your tires are properly inflated. Second, top off your engine coolant to prevent overheating. Third, replace your wiper blades for better visibility during summer rainstorms. And finally, keep your car clean and waxed to protect the paint from the sun's harmful UV rays. Shop summer essentials at your local Auto Value store or myautovaluestore.com. Service is the difference. We get it.
There is no easy way in. There are no compromises, shortcuts, or excuses. There is no backing down, slowing down, or giving up. There is no greater challenge and no greater purpose. There is no easy way in. If there were, it wouldn't be the Marine Corps. If you think you have what it takes to earn the title, visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
We have Maryville Southern and Grant Zip in the second quarter. We have LaPorte 3, New Prairie Zip in the first, Michigan City Southern, Warsaw Zip. We have Plymouth 14 Zip at halftime over Calumet. We have Hanover Central 13-0 in the first quarter over Wheeler. We have some state scores. Number 5, Ben Davis 21, Cincinnati Moeller 14. That's at halftime. We have Hamilton Southeastern over Carroll Fort Wayne, 14-0. We have Northwood just laying it on Jimtown, 22-8 at halftime. Westfield, 24. New Pal, 0. That game's at halftime. We have Knox, 38. Winamac, 18. That game's at halftime. That's all I got for right now, Paul.
Way to go, buddy. Great job. All right. And, of course, that scoreboard update presented in part by Ivy Tech Lake County. Here he is, the master of all numbers, Frank Yapakowski.
It's the final days for registration for fall classes at Ivy Tech Community College, Lake County. Fall classes start on Monday. That's this Monday, the 21st of August, so you have very little time to enroll. From information technology to healthcare, automotive, hospitality, Ivy Tech Lake County has programs designed to get you, even you, Fred, get where you need to be so you're ready for the job you want. Call 219-392-3600 or visit ivytech.edu/Lake County and enroll today. Your future begins this fall at Ivy Tech Lake County, Paul.
All right, let's go over to Frank now because he's got more to tell us about, including our first half stats. Right now, Valpo 14, Penn 12 at the intermission.
That's the stat that matters most, Paul. Valpo with 7 first downs to 6 for Penn. Yards got closer thanks to that last drive for the Vikings. Penn with a 185 to 146 total yards advantage. Penn with 133 on the ground, 52 through the air. They got 80 on one play on their second touchdown of the night. Valpo 65 yards rushing, quite a bit below their average. 81 through the air for a total of 146 yards. Penn 2 of 4 on third downs. Valpo 1 of 6 on third downs, and of course 1 of 1 on fourth downs. Right there on the final play of the first half. Penn with 1 turnover, and it cost them dearly, 7 points. Penn with 3 penalties for 25 yards. Valpo was not flagged in the first half, and Valpo with just about a 3-minute edge, 13.5 to 10.5 for a time of possession. Some individual numbers for Valpo. Travis Davis, 12 carries, 57 yards. Justin Clark, when you add in all the sack yards, 8 carries, 8 yards. He does have a touchdown run. Clark also 3 of 7 through the air for 81 yards and a touchdown. Scotty Bridings had a great first half, 2 catches, 75 yards and a touchdown. He was instrumental on both touchdowns, really, in that first half. Keegan Bradley also with a 6-yard reception for Valpo. For Penn, Jake Bayless, 7 carries, 87 yards and an 80-yard touchdown mixed in there. Noah McCullough, 7 carries, 46 yards. He had a touchdown run as well. McCullough connected on his first 4, but misfired on his last 4, so he's 4 of 8 for 52 yards through the air, 1 interception. He does have a 26-yarder to Kellen Watson. Cole Bennett, 2 catches for 19 yards. Elijah Coker, 1 for 7 for Penn. 14-12 Valpo. By the numbers, here at halftime, Paul.
We'll be back with after our final timeout. This is a 2-minute timeout. Vikings by 2 at the intermission. We'll be back in 2 minutes on WEFM and Regional Radio Sports.
Folks, if you're like me, those pearly whites have seen better days. The skilled staff at Forest Ridge Family Dentistry can help with Lumi-Bright chairside professional whitening. They're open Monday through Thursday with evening and Saturday hours to fit your schedule. Just think, in just 90 minutes you can have a smile up to 8 shades lighter than when you walked in the door. That's Forest Ridge Family Dentistry, 7303 Forest Ridge Drive in Cherville. Mention that Regional Radio Sports sent you and get $100 off your Lumi-Bright procedure by calling today at 219-756-2345. At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
In a world where cybercrime is continually on the rise, Qubit Networks is there to help you with the necessary tools to keep your digital assets and environment safe. Qubit Networks takes computer security seriously, and so should you. For more information, call 219-369-4357 or visit them on the web at www.qubitnet.com.
A community isn't just a bunch of people living in the same place. A community is when those people form bonds built on mutual respect and trust. Horizon Bank is a community bank. We build relationships over time with exceptional service and sensible advice. With advisors who listen to your dreams, then work to turn them into a reality. Come in today or visit us at horizonbank.com and let us show you. Horizon Bank. Before we lend, we listen. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here on WEFM. Paul Condry along with the main man, Frank Kiplikowski, Randall Condry. Fred Mack in the house, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to know. Because he is the master of the scores. Any scores around the area that jumping off the page to you guys that you think are somewhat of a surprise? What are you thinking?
Really, Michigan City getting out in front early on Warsaw is a bit of a surprise. KV's off to a good start against Rensselaer. I don't know how surprising that is. Kirk's a good coach. A little bit of a surprise there. Laporte's off to a pretty good start as well as early in that one also. So
Newpal was getting there.
Newpal was losing 24-0 to Westfield. That I don't know if that speaks to Newpal or how it speaks well of Westfield. They've been a good team for multiple years now.
There's only one other coach that has a better overall winning percentage than Bill Marshall in the state of Indiana. Bill's at like 82%. Mm-hmm. Kyle Ralph at Newpal is the only guy who has got a better winning percentage than Bill Marshall. And once again, we're glad you can hop along with us. Our coverage of the third quarter being presented in part by Scott Miller, Realtor. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in Northwest Indiana, Scott Miller is a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards and accolades, such as the top 1% of all teams within the Berkshire Hathaway nationally, the top 15% home snap agent nationwide, the recipient of the Home Snap Excellence in Client Service Award based on his numerous client reviews, the official realtor of Hometown James. Scott Miller is also the Pursue Realties Group top producing agent. Scott Miller, who I had a chance to coach when he was in 7th grade back in the Stone Age days. Yeah, we had beach baskets back in those days. But Scotty did a great job. Honest, hardworking guy who believes that communication with his clients is the key. Scott enjoys spending time with his family, and he wants you to have those same things. If you want results, call Scott Miller, Realtor of the Pursue Realty Group in Berkshire Hathaway HS Executive Realty at 219-263-3039. Don't forget to visit my guy, Scott Miller, at his website at listandbuywithscottmiller.com for results that move you. In a market to buy, sell, or both, it is What time? It's Scott Miller time.
That's right. Scott Miller time.
All right, keys to the game in the second.
It's week one for everybody, Paul.
It's not week one for me. All right, Randall. Penn, what do they got to do to get back in this thing?
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. We thought Penn would open it up with the passing game, and we really haven't seen that much. But we have seen Valpo do that with the secondary of Penn, kind of with their eyes going into the backfield. I think Penn needs to open it up a little bit more with their passing game, because Valpo's been able to sneak into the backfield and kind of, besides that one big play by Bayless, they've done pretty well with the defense.
I think we've seen kind of some. We've seen both teams play very intensely at times, but they've also kind of let their guard down at times too. They haven't kept that consistent intensity up. One team will have it for a while, and the other team will then have it. You can just kind of tell that it's a game of momentum, but it's also been a game of intensity.
Kingsman, black pants, white jerseys, black numbers, gold helmets on the west side of the field. Valparaiso, black pants, green numbers, green helmets. They're on the near side. Here's the kickoff from right to left, and some room to run, and tripped up at the last minute. My, oh my, almost breaking free was Kellen Watson. Jacob as Moore with a great job on special teams. Let's get you to these starting lineups here in this third stanza with Penn leading, or check out Valpo leading Penn 14-12 for Valparaiso. McGuire, Gleason, Wall, and Young, the big boys up front. Ampliotis, Bean, and Ampliotis and Corning, your linebackers. That would be Tommy and Sammy Ampliotis. Tyler Versure, along with Tice Morris and Jacob Moore. That is the secondary. Go ahead. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side. Man in the slot comes in most to the near side is the tight end Cole Bennett. McCullough shotgun. Play action. Rolls to the far side. He's got some room to run. Throws a home run ball downfield. The ball is going to be caught by Bennett. It's going to be a flag, but Sammy Ampliotis, who had coverage, let him get behind him as he bit on the initial fake. A big play. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Penn at the 35-yard line of Valparaiso. A 37-yard play on the first play from scrimmage in quarter three.
Kudos to Randall for the call there as they air it out for Bennett, and he makes the catch. Amplios with the interference, which they'll decline and take the catch, and it'll be first down Kingsman in Valpo territory.
Wide to the near side is Coker, or near side, excuse me. Yep. Now the tight end Coker in the slot to the right side. McCullough shotgun. He'll run to the right side on the keeper. McCullough to the 25, 20, straight forward. Barrels is then to the 10 and down to the 5-yard line. What a run by Nolan McCullough. He just refused to go down. 30 yards right up the gut. His Penn is knocking at the door to take the lead back. Just a minute into the third quarter. Whatever Corey Yeoman said at halftime, bottle it, sell it, you're a millionaire. And now the Kingsmen will send two to the far side, the 3-4 tandem of Watson and Coker to the near side. In the person of Bardo, the tight end, Bennett in the left side. Here's a run by Bayless to the outside. He'll dart into the end zone for the touchdown. Penn making short quick of it. At the 10:38 mark, they score the touchdown to take the lead back. It's now 18-14. Penn, an impressive opening drive in the third quarter, and it appears that they will go for two here, as you would expect.
Yep.
What a drive by Penn. That was like in your face. We'll tell you how we feel about things.
That's called the hot knife through butter offense that time.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. That's what style that we thought we'd see by Penn, and they opened up the second half with it.
They'll run the try here right in the middle of the field from the 3. Two receivers to the left, one to the right side. Tight end, once again, will be on the left side. They'll run Bayless, and he'll be denied on the 3-yard run for the try, and it remains 18-14. So Penn has scored 3 touchdowns, but they only have 18 points to show for it, as they have not been able to execute on point after touchdown. We've had 4 lead changes here at the 10:38 mark. Our coverage here in this third quarter being presented in part by our great friends at Crozier's Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, get ready for a $7 meal deal that adds a little something sweet. Order a $7 meal deal and choose between the original cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips plus a full-size regular fries, drink, and your choice of a sundae. Once again, check them out at Crozier's Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
That was it, Paul. That was a 3-play, 72-yard drive, 1:22 off the clock. Bayless with his second touchdown of the game, this time from 5 yards out at the 10:38 mark. The 2-point try failed. Penn getting them 6 at a time. They lead at 18-14 with a lot of time to go.
A lot of time to go. 3 receivers deep for the Valparaiso Vikings, as Dylan D'Addario is scheduled to kick off. They've gone exclusively to the middleman deep, which has been Austin McKenzie. Here's the end-over-end kick going right at McKenzie, and he's going to take it at the 2. McKenzie to the 10. The 15 finds some running room, and he gets out to about the 23-yard line, and that's where they'll start this offensive sequence. 1st and 10, Valparaiso. 10:32 to go in the third quarter. They're an 18-14 trailer, as the offense will move from right to left. Once again, decked out in the black trousers and the black jerseys and the green numbers up front for Valparaiso. It's going to be Hofer, Reichert, Price, Anderson, and Sharp. The big boys will get down in that 3-point stance, matched up against Frazier, Witten, Phillips, and Lynch for Penn. Shotgun formation, Justin Clark, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the handoff to Davis. He had his legs taken out for him, but not before he picks up 5. Now check that. They're going to give him 4 on the play. And with that being said, Benny Freeman on the stop. And I guess they will give him 5 officially. All here at the 28-yard line.
One of these times he's going to pop one. We saw him get through one where he got into the secondary a little bit on a 17-yard scamper. That was as long as the evening, but I have a feeling he's got a long one in him yet before this one's over.
2 receivers set here to the near side. Davis this time spins through the opening in the hole, and he dives forward, and he's going to be just about a yard shy of the first down.
Oh, he's got it, I think.
I'll wait and see what the marking by the officials in black and white say.
They've already signaled first down.
And I don't know who.
What's Tim said?
Yeah. Tim Hull says move the chains, and the Vikings will happily do that. And with 9:37 to go in the third, Valpo trailing by 4. They have a first down at their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Clark in that shotgun again this time. He'll run to the near side. Nice block up front. Davis dives forward for 5 more. What a great read by Travis Crash Davis. And a game of 5, 4.5 or so. And the Vikings methodically just doing what we thought they would do, taking advantage of this veteran offensive line of Matt Hofer, Ben Reichert, DeAndre Price, Grant Anderson, and Caleb Sharp. Here's your second down. Here is Davis up the middle, and he ball hawks his way over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Alan Phillips. He also had some help in there from Evan Witten. And it's going to bring up a second down. They're going to give him 3 on the play. And now they're officially going to call it a 3rd and 3 with 8.5 to go here in the third. Valpo trailing 18-14.
Quick stat update, Paul, for Davis, 16 carries, I should say, 74 yards overall. 3rd and 3 situation here for the Vikes, but they've been 1 of 6 thus far in third downs.
Here's the quarterback on the keeper. He's going to cut it back. He's got a seam to run, and he dives for the first down.
Nice.
What a play by Justin Clark. Oh, and Clark is down on the ground as he dove forward. And he is down on the ground. And we'll see
I don't know if he went helmet to helmet with one of the defenders, but he went diving head first to get that first down. Great effort by Clark. And I see Alcorn warming up on the sidelines here for Valpo.
Now he's going to have to come in for at least one play at the 8:05 mark. Our coverage today being presented in part by the mayor of Crown Point, believe it or not.
Yes, Mayor Pete Landon and Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldogs football. They say go Bulldogs in their game against Lowell tonight. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Landon and the Pace team invite everyone to Bulldog Park for a variety of concerts, including Lone Star, with special guest Jameson Rogers, September 3rd. For more information, contact the Pace Department, 219-663-2271.
Andrew Alcorn will get his first varsity snap here as a quarterback, the 6'1", 185-pound backup quarterback. A year ago, he rushed 3 times for 6 yards. He's got a 1st and 10 to work with. He is 0 for 1 in his career as the varsity QB. He's in that shotgun. Alcorn will hand it off to Davis. Davis straight up the middle for 4 as they try to pile drive forward, and he'll end up with. And Penn is saying they have the football, but they do not. And you look at the Penn coaches on the far side.
We're going to say forward progress was stopped.
So a gain of 4.5. 2nd down and 6.
He's back there. Got his bell rung.
Well, when he got up, he actually pointed to his ribs.
So yeah, may have had the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
7:18 to go, because when he dived on the football, was in his belly, and that certainly will knock the wind out of you. 2nd down, 5. Here's the handoff here to Davis. Davis across the 50, spins forward, and he's going to pick up the 1st down, as he just never gave up on the play. What a great run by Travis Davis, the 6'2", 239, 30-pound senior. And we have a timeout. There's a Kingsman down.
Great job by Matt Hoffer and Deandra Price with the push.
I think that's Phillips.
It's Jackson Griffith, the linebacker.
Okay.
Oh, and that would be a tragic loss for Penn.
8 instead of 9.
He's a kid a year ago. Griffith, 6', 214-pound senior, 50 tackles a year ago, 3 sacks and a pick. We want to thank some of our friends who make it happen here today.
With decades of legal experience, attorneys at Patent Law are committed to making a difference for our clients and our community. Located on the Courthouse Square in downtown Valparaiso, Patent Law assists individuals and businesses with a variety of legal matters throughout Northwest Indiana, including affordable estate planning, criminal defense, business law, family law, and more. Visit patentlawin.com to learn more and to request a consultation. Patent Law, located in downtown Valparaiso, committed to making a difference for our clients and our community.
Once again, setting the stage here, 6:53 to go, 18-14 Penn, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And it's good to see him get up. Jackson Griffith, the 6', 214-pound senior, is going to trot off the field. Good to see that. Hey, the worst thing in the world you want to do, see somebody get hurt. I know the Kingsmen are playing without one of their best players tonight, is Gage Warofsky, the tight end, wide receiver. Hurt in the summer, not going to be able to play for a while. 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side, as Clark's in that shotgun. Travis Davis on his left hip. Man in the slot now is Begley, the tight end, and they'll run away from Begley, and a great tackle again on the far side. A perfectly placed tackle by Preventin Magnano. And now another Kingsman down. We want to thank.
It looks like cramps.
Our coverage today being presented in part by our great friends at the McEwen Law Office, located at 6382 Central Avenue in Portage. They litigate personal injury, wrongful death, medical malpractice, civil, eminent domain, personal and commercial real estate. Attorney Patrick McEwen, who won the SQ Award when he was a senior in high school at Hobart High. Specializes in business law, estates, wills, and probate, corporations, partnerships, family law, life, home, and auto insurance coverage. Call them today at 219-762-7738. That's 219-762-7738, or check out their website at McEwenLaw.com. McEwen Law Office, the best things come in small practices. Guys, what do we got going on over there? With appears like he's still down.
A couple of scores to update on, Paul, if you want them here. Hanover has extended their lead over Wheeler 19-0. And the guys tell me here that Hobart tied up Chesterton 7-7 in the second quarter. Mishawaka through 3 leads Marion 37-12. So Haven off to a good start this season. Northwood crushing Jimtown 38-8. Last score we got in that one. That's the latest scores we have.
Once again, a Penn player still down. Get that crap. Waiting to see what they're going to do. Don't forget, next week will be
at Demery
Stadium. The Brickies and the Pirates next week, ladies and gentlemen. I know this Valpo team will be in Maryville as well, too.
Yes, they will.
At 5959 Broadway. So,
the battle of the two state finalists from a year ago. First ever meeting between those two, in fact.
First time Bill Marshall's ever been on the field at Ann Grant. He told me that they're going to practice over here, across the way here on the green grass. Our immediate left.
One of the few grass fields left.
Yes.
At Father Eckerd Stadium.
Once again, players still down on the field for Penn.
Niners with some big shoes to fill this year after 2 straight trips to the finals.
And finally getting...
Looks like Maverick Brown. Boy, that's another big loss.
Huge loss.
He's had a big night thus far.
He's been dynamic.
Yeah, he's been...
So Valparaiso with a second down and 10 at the Penn 47-yard line is where they'll mark this play after a rather lengthy delay with these couple injuries for the 2 schools, 3 players actually for both teams, 2 for Penn and 1 for Valparaiso, but everybody seems to be up and going as Justin Clark is now in the game back at the quarterback, and behind him now is Davis. Here is Clark back to pass, steps up, the road's got a man deep down the field. The ball is caught for a touchdown. What a great pass by Clark, finding the wide receiver wide open, Julian Stokes, ladies and gentlemen. A year ago, Stokes did not have a touchdown reception. Tonight he does. 46 yards. Vikings jump in front 20-18 with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. PAT pending.
That's the third big play by Valpo, and all 3 times the secondary of Penn has been keeping eyes on Travis Davis.
And now the point after touchdown here for Valparaiso's Drayden Wilcox. Pick is through the uprights. It is good. Wilcox a year ago, 22 of 25. However, this season, off to a red-hot 3-3. 6:15 to go in the third. Vikings 21. Kingsman 18. We'll be back in 60 on WBFM.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can hop along with us here on 95.9 FM. The Penn Kingsmen and the Valparaiso Vikings have experienced the Moody Blues song, Ride My Seesaw. Back and forth we go. Yeah. 5 lead changes so far And here's the kickoff here for Drayden Wilcox of Valparaiso as he'll punch one, and this will go into the. That's got to go into the end zone.
A little late on the
And way late on the call. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Penn at the 20. Let's go over the man with all the numbers. The man with 2 brains. He is the Frank.
All right, Paul. 9-play, 77-yard drive for the Vikings. 4:23 off the clock. Clark with a second touchdown pass of the night. This time 46 yards to Julian Stokes. And Drayden Wilcox, the PAT. He's the difference in the game thus far. 3 PATs. Valpo by 3, 21-18, 6:15 to go in the third.
And Valpo defense would dig in here to try to stymie this Penn offense. Once again, Freitag, Shermansky, Jones, Connery, deal the guys up front. And then tight end Cole Bennett, who's played a huge role in Penn's offensive success so far. Here's the quarterback, McCullough, straight up the middle. He's got a big hole to the 50. To the 40, 35, 30, 20, and he's going to take it to the house. Nolan McCullough goes right up the gut for an 80-yard touchdown return. And just like that, the Kingsmen are right back in front. Our 6th lead change, 24-21, black and gold. What a run by McCullough.
Second 80-yard run of the night.
Wow. Yeah, that silences the crowd here at Viking Field. And now, is Penn going to take a timeout to worry about the PAT here? Looks like they're about to kick.
Well, they should kick it here because you want to force Valpo to score a touchdown and not a field goal.
So they'll bring out Dylan Daddario. Penn vaunted special teams has not been vaunted today at all because the bottom line is they have not been able to convert on 2 PATs, and the other one was a 2-point try, and they were stopped on that one. From the hold of Austin Eisel, the long snapper, I believe, is Aiden Deal. The Dario high snap, kick end over end, but I believe this one's going to squeak through the upright, and it will. 25-21, Penn, 6:03 to go. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more of high school football on the week right after this 60-second timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
Tech Credit Union is the better option for personal and business banking in the region. They're open to the community and ready to meet your financial needs. You owe it to yourself to take a look. Tech Credit Union offers the latest banking and loan services, but without the big bank fees. To learn more, visit www.techcu.org or call them at 1-800-276-8324. That's 1-800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Country along with Frank Kilpakowski, Randall County, Fred Maxey with all the details here today. 6:03 to go here in the third, 25-21 Kingsman as the Kingsman will kick off. The Dario punches one, and it's going to be taken here by Austin McKenzie. McKenzie to the 15, to 20, and he gets out to about the 22-yard line, and that's where the Viking offense will set up shop. Let's go over here to Frank Kilpakowski. He's going to give you the Farrell Wealth recap.
All right, the one play, 80 yards for the second time tonight for Penn. 12 seconds off the clock. This time it's McCullough, the quarterback, on the 80-yard touchdown run. Dario with the PAT. 5:58 to go here in the third. Don't touch that dial. You might miss a score here. It's turned into a seesaw shootout here. 25-21 Penn. 6 lead changes in tonight's game.
DeAndre Price comes up over the football center. Shotgun formation. Here is the handoff to Davis. Davis dives forward. Nice job of seeing the hole through. Ryan O'Connell in now at the linebacker spot, making the tackle, a gain of 5. And it's been about that for Travis Davis throughout the last 4 or 5 runs, Frank. He's been around that 4.5 to 5 per carry.
That works for me. That's going to be a first down every 3 plays. So we can continue that pace. He's at 88 yards on the night on 20 carries.
2 to the left, 1 to the right now. Here's the handoff to Davis. He cuts it back, goes against the grain, and he's wrapped up by 3 white jerseys. And this time the leader in the clubhouse and the tackle was Braden Lynch. He picks up 3, and that's going to bring up a second, or check that third down, and we'll call it 2.5. 5:05 to go in the third. Penn 25, Valpo 21.
If nothing else, Coach Joe Marshall would like a nice 12-13 play drive here, eat up about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock, although his defense hasn't been on the field much here in the second half. They've only given up 4 plays, but Penn has put it in the end zone twice.
It'll be Andrew Alcorn in a wide receiver position. Now here's the quarterback on the keeper. And a first down here for Clark as he busted free into the secondary. He gets all the way out to the 39-yard line. Nice little 10-yard scamper by the Valpo quarterback, Clark. Vikings will move the chains.
I believe that was Hofer sealing off the corner that time, Paul, for Clark. He had a lot of room to run to easily get the first down on a gain of nearly 10 yards.
Wide to the far side now is Stokes. To the near side, Scotty Bradney. Bradney's had a whale of a game here today. He had 15 receptions last year, Frank, for 236 yards, and Bradney already near the century mark.
Couple catches for 75 yards in the first half.
Here's the 1st and 10 look now here for Clark. Clark hands it off to Davis. Davis just pile drives for 5. Well, they're just doing a great job. Tackle again made by Evan Whitten. But when you're gaining 5 a shot, and they're going right behind Hofer, Reichert, and Price this time, they've been going behind the Indiana Football Digest Primetime 25 recipient. Had a chance to visit with Matt at the preseason kickoff show at Cubit Networks in LaPorte. What a great kid.
Awesome. Toledo bound.
2 receivers here to the near side as Clark surveys the situation with Davis on his right hip. Here's a quarterback steps up in the pocket. He's got some room to run. 45, 50, 45, 40. Sidesteps the defender, and he's all the way down to the 38-yard line. What a great read by Justin Clark, Randall. He's got an amazing presence to know when the defenders are nearby. 19-yard run.
Great vision. Cutting it back to the right side right there.
Nice job by, it was either Sharp or Begley, gave him just enough of a block to, and as you said, he saw a lot of real estate out there, and was easily able to get the first down in the Penn territory.
Ball resting on the Penn 39-yard line with 3 minutes to go in the third. 25-21 in favor of the Kingsmen. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side, short side. Clark shotgun, hands it off to Davis. Davis powers forward again. This time, they're going to give him 4 yards on the run.
Score from down south. Whiteland 37, Jeffersonville 6 in the third quarter.
Whiteland, of course, the team that Valparaiso punched out in the state championship game in 5A. The Viking coming up a little limpy out there was that DeAndre Price? It was. Here's a quick toss out here. What a vision there by Davis to get down to the 35-yard line as he sidesteps the defender. Boy, you know what? Great pursuit from the backside initially by, was it Horner? I believe.
Powers came in on the blitz, and Davis did well just to avoid him, and kind of at least got a little something. It could have been a big loss that time.
Third down and 5.5 with 100 seconds to go in the third quarter. Valpo trails 25-21. Alcorn in the slot to the right now, as now they send Begley the tight end from left to right. And a flag down. And that could be Valparaiso's first infraction of the night.
First called one, it is. from your 5-yard. They had the pass interference that was declined, but yeah, that's a big penalty. It's going to make it 3rd and 11 now for Valpo.
They move the ball back to the 39.5-yard line. Ball's right in the middle of the field. Penn, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers in the box. Both corners wide, safety deep. As Justin Clark surveys the situation, he'll send Alcorn to the right, the backup quarterback and wide receiver, and they're going to go unbalanced right to the right side. First time I've seen this formation. Here is a flag down, and there's going to be a loss on the play.
It's going to be a hold as well. I think it's going to be. I think the penalty will be a decline.
I was very lucky that Clark held on to that football.
That was just a
little jailbreak right there.
Yeah, a jailbreak. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you, Paul.
65, Ben Rickard, who's going to be whistle for the infraction, but they'll take the loss of the down.
Yep.
And a very promising Valparaiso drive comes to an abrupt halt because of the first 2 called penalties of the game here late stages of quarter 3. And now to kick from right to left will be Drayden Wilcox. He had 9 punts inside 20 a year ago. A pair of guys deep. Wilcox, he got a hold of this one. And this ball will go inside the 10, 5, 3-yard line. What a kick by Drayden Wilcox. Coffin Corner City, baby, with 40.8, 45 yards on the punt. He pins Penn deep at the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have to start this offensive sequence. And what a play by the Valparaiso punter and kicker, Drayden Wilcox, a junior.
That was NFL worthy right there.
And now the Penn offense to go to work with a 25-21 lead with 40.8 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
Forward update, Hanover Central 26-0 over Wheeler. Hayden Vermette, 4 touchdowns.
McCullough shotgun sends the tight end Cole Bennett to the far side. Here is McCullough up the middle. This time the Vikings are aware of where he's at. They didn't fight. He gets out to the 5, a pickup of 2, and that may be the final play of the quarter. Let's see how Corey Yeoman manages this clock. I'm thinking that's going to be it.
I want to pass along a couple quick scores before the break here, Paul, of interest. Both are really interesting. Concord in the fourth quarter leads Elkhart 16-6. That's a really impressive showing by Concord. And this is a kind of a head-scratcher to me. Fourth quarter, Carmel and Homestead tied 7-7.
And that'll do it. 3 quarters have come and gone here from Viking Field. 25-21 Kingsman. Fourth quarter action. Don't touch that now. We've had 6 lead changes. A lot of things expected in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in 60 on WEFM and Regional Radio Sports.
State Farm Insurance asked, what if you're walking out to your car and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? Having a State Farm agent means having a real person to help you when things go wrong. So when accidents happen, you've got someone you know who will be there when you need them. See Connie Bernardi, 1072 Joliet Street, U.S. Highway 30 in Dyer. Call Connie at 219-322-9959. State Farm agent Greg Taylor is at 794 McCool Road in Valparaiso. Call Greg at 219-762-4911. And Dave Ross, 450 West Lincoln Way, Suite 210 Valparaiso, 464-3581.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Fourth quarter action is going to be presented in part by our good friend, personal injury attorney Dave Cox. Proudly supports Region Football, which is best of luck to all our teams. Hope you never need his service, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum and is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims of negligence and getting fair and just results. For a free consultation of Dave Cox, hey, give Dave a call at 219-225-5269. Check him out online at DaveCoxLaw.com. Located at 8792 East Ridge Road in Hubbard. Dave, 225-5269. Penn, second down and 9 as we're just underway here to start the fourth quarter. Here is McCullough straight up the middle. It's got a big hole. breaks it free, and he's going to pick up the first down out to about the 16-yard line. I tell you what, they had him, let him get away. 11-yard gain. Let's go over to Frank for our stats.
All right, Paul, through 3 quarters, Penn with 9 first downs. That was number 10. 13 for Valpo. Penn with a couple of the big runs well ahead in the yards, 338 to 258. Penn with 249 on the ground, 89 through the air. Valpo 131 on the ground, 127 through the air. 1 turnover on Penn. Valpo 3 of 9 on third downs, 2 of 4 for Penn on third downs as we start the fourth quarter.
Bennett in motion to the far side for Penn. Stops in the right slot. There's play action. McCullough throwing the deep ball. It's got a man there. Ball is caught. What a sensational effort. One-handed grab by Kellen Watson, the 6'3", 187-pound senior. He was mano-a-mano with the safety and just out-wrestled him for the football. A 37-yard gain for Penn. It's 1st and 10 for the Kingsmen at the Valparaiso 47-yard line.
I do not know how he caught that football.
That's a great throw, though, too. He got hit right when he threw that football.
Watson wide to the right side. Bardo will join him there. As once again, the tight end is on the right slot. Now they'll run back to the right side. They go to Bayless. Bayless finds it rough sledding, but he's able to squirt free for 3. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. A 10:44 to go in regulation. Kingsman leading by 4.
Well, Valpo's defense getting shredded here in the second half. That was only the 8th offensive play for Penn. They've had 5 first downs or touchdowns in the second half of those 8 plays.
Well, we talked about Valparaiso's defense a year ago. Been very susceptible to the big play. They gave up 68 plays of 20 yards or more last year en route to the 5A title kill.
There's been 7 tonight. Cole
Bennett in the slot to the right side. Here's the quarterback. McCullough straight up the middle. Burst free. 30, 25, and he is tackled there. Officially, they'll mark him at the 26-yard line. Noah McCullough taking over the football game, this time with a 19-yard burst right up the middle on the quick counter.
Touchdown saving tackle by Tyson Morris.
And Penn starting to dominate the football game. Let's see if the Vikings have got an answer.
They're also starting to see a lot of hands on the hips by Valpo on the defense.
Wide 2 receivers to the near side. It'll be Coker. He'll be joined out here with Watson. McCullough hands it off now to Bayless. Bayless will try to turn the corner. He stops and he's run out of bounds. Nice job by Tyler Verschure to make the tackle. Ty Bean in the same zip code.
It's going to be a loss, I think, back to the 31, Paul, so a loss of 4. That's the best defensive play of the second half for Valpo. They needed it.
Moves it to the 36-yard line with 9:35 to go in the fourth. 25-21, Penn.
By the way, McCullough's numbers, Paul, are eye-popping. 12 rushes, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's also 6 of 10 for 126 through the air.
Watson, Coker, wide right. The tight end, Bennett, in the right slot. Play action, McCullough throws the home run ball. Ball is caught by Watson down inside the 15. Ball gets down to the 10-yard line. And just like that, the Kingsmen on the 21-yard strike are looking to push that lead out. It'll be a first down. It looks like it's going to be 1st and goal at the 10. Nolan McCullough, the 6'3", 198-pound senior. And give Auden Jones a ton of credit because he has delivered the ball in the right places at all the. And if you look at the 2 big runs from him, McCullough's been right ahead by Jones. This time, there's a run by McCullough. He's going to dive towards the goal line, and he will score. Nolan McCullough again, this time from 10 yards out, running just in between Shermansky and Jones. And the Kingsmen jump in front 31-21 with 8:55 to go in regulation. Top-ranked Valparaiso finds itself in its largest deficit of the night. And now the point after touchdown, Dylan Daddario. To kick from right to left to try to put the exclamation point on a 96-yard drive. Low snap, but Daddario did a great job because Austin Eisel struggled to get the ball down in time. It's 32-21, Penn, 8:55 to go, quarter number 4. We'll be back with the kickoff in 60 seconds on WEFM.
For the past 95 years, Northwest Indiana has been trusting the Bozak name for automotive sales and service. During that time, the Auto Group expanded from 1 brand and location to 12 brands in 9 locations today, all under one common name, the Bozak Auto Group. Whether you drive for work or pleasure, Bozak's unrivaled inventory of over 1,900 new and pre-owned cars and trucks has what you need. With over 5,000 5-star Google reviews, see why it's better at Bozak.
Your hometown credit union. People helping people. First Trust Credit Union.
First Trust Credit Union can help you score big with a game plan to support all your financial needs. Our lineup includes accounts, loans, and 24/7 online banking. So get off the bench and contact your hometown First Trust Credit Union team today at 800-276-6161 or firsttrustcu.com.
Dylan Daddario to kick off from right to left after the Kingsmen go 96 yards for the score. Daddario pushes the football. Goes right in the middle towards Austin McKenzie's direction. He picks it up at the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, and he's out near the 23-yard line, and that's where the Vikings offense will set up shop. An impressive second half for the Penn offense. Every time they've touched it, it has turned to gold. It's been the gold standard for the black and gold.
Sure has, Paul. That last drive, 8 plays, 96 yards, as you mentioned, 3:45 off the clock. McCullough's third touchdown. Check that. Yes, his third touchdown run of the night. This time from 10 yards out. Daddario on the PAT. 8:49 to go in regulation. Valpo needs a score here. They're down 11.
8:49 to go. There's a run off the near side. Davis, the workhorse, gets out to about the 26. Going to pick up 2. Randall, what do you got?
Penn Davis flexing their muscles right now against Cincinnati Motor, 34-14.
Big game tomorrow. Center Grove taking on St. Ed's, the 3-time defending 6A champion, taking on the 2-time defending big school champions in the OH. Could be a great one tomorrow. Can you imagine that? The right number 16. Amazing. Here we go. Play action. Valpo quarterback running for his life. Clark says get downfield. He stops, gets past the defender, and will be run out of bounds.
All that running, I think, for no gain.
Nice job defensively. Ryan O'Connell, who has come in for Jackson Griffith, has done a formidable job filling in. And with that being said, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 with 8 minutes to go in the ballgame.
A must convert here for Valpo. They're 3 of 9 on 3rd downs. They face a 3rd and 6 here.
2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. Valparaiso was beaten by Penn last year 35-6. Had Freefield Vikings have actually won 3 straight home games in this series, which is the longest losing streak for Corey in the series. Here's quarterback back. The pass throws it up for grabs, and the ball is intercepted. What a play by the aforementioned Ryan O'Connell. Comes away with the pick as Clark threw it up for grabs when he was being sacked. Ill-advised decision, and with 7:55 to go in the 4th quarter, the Kingsmen with a 32-21 are looking for the knockout punch.
Final for Mishawaka. Mishawaka 44, Marion 12.
We'll have Marion against Culver Military Academy on Regional Radio Sports, one of our games over there. Tanner Camp, Andrew Bowen will have the call next week on that one. Wide to the right side. Now for the Kingsmen will be Tayshawn Bardot. Over to the near side, it's Elijah Coker. Shotgun, Noah McCullough. Hands it off now to Bayless. Wrapped up, and that's going to be a loss of about 4. Nice job. Guess who? This time for the, was it Corning? It was Tanner Young on the tackle. Second down in 12. 7.5 to go.
When we start thinking about players of the game, well, I think it's a no-brainer on the Penn side, but we have 7 minutes to think about someone from the Valpo side.
Final Culver Academy 21, Adam 14.
Wide to the right side now, Coker. To the near side, it'll be Bardot. As the tight end, Bennett goes in motion from left to right, stops in the right slot. Here is McCullough on the keeper, and he's hit broad down. Nearly coughed it up. Nice job up front by the Vikings. Wrestle the ball. What? Ty Bean. Sensational defensive effort. Bean has played well. He could be one of those guys. 6:45 to go now. 3rd and 16 for Penn at the Viking 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left now for Penn. Nolan McCullough. McCullough going to roll to the right side. Looks downfield, throws a little dart. Wide receiver fell down. Pass short-armed out there, incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 4th down situation. And let's see what Corey's going to punt. He's going to try to hit him in the coffin corner here. Let's see if he can have the same success as Drayden Wilcox is. Coming in to punt will be Dylan Daddario.
2-score lead. You might as well play the real estate pin Valpo back here. Good call here by Coach Yeldon.
And now the punter who's standing at the 50, he'll let it fly straight up the elevator shaft it goes. And that ball is going to roll, and it's going to be down at the 5-yard line. Nice hustle downfield by Penn's Dominic Bonner to get down there, the senior cornerback. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Valparaiso Vikings. And they got a whole bunch of real estate to make up in a real short time as they find themselves a 32-21 trailer with 6:14 to go.
There's a song about that. There's a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Well, after what we saw in some of the games over the years, nothing's over until the old man starts singing.
That's right.
Big and I, the party's over. And I could see Travis Davis' wheel right here. Here is the Valpo quarterback back. The pass throws out here in the flat.
That could be a fumble or what?
Oh, he got hit way through. And he's very lucky that he didn't get intentional grounding in the end zone.
That would have been a safety had that been the case.
Yeah.
And that will bring up off the incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and good pursuit in coverage by the Penn defense.
4th quarter, Warsaw 10, Michigan City 7.
Mark Curtis,
game.
One of the top coaches I've ever been around in my life. Changing the culture at Warsaw. Park back the pass in his end zone. Throws the ball right at the feet of the wide receiver, and not a bad play because he was going to get lit up out there. And that's a really good decision. And after the incomplete pass, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. And the Valparaiso Vikings, all that magic that we've seen from Clark, I don't know if he's got any left in that bag of tricks right now.
Looks like one Juniors team we haven't mentioned tonight, Paul. First score update from the night from the halftime score, Lake Central all over Munster 27-7.
Also Crown Point 48-0 over Lowell.
Clark back to pass, steps up, throws a home run ball. He's got a man there. Ball incomplete off the hand of Stokes. Stokes got behind the defender, but he corkscrewed himself into the ground where he couldn't get free, got his feet dangled up, couldn't haul it in, and now you've put the Valpo kicker, Drayden Wilcox, in a really difficult situation because he's going to have to punt from about 5 yards deep in his end zone. And this should give the Kingsmen the short porch. Deep will be Tayshawn Bardot and Cam Anderson. And they're going to be standing at the Viking 20-yard line. And only if Drayden Wilcox can airmail one. And he lets one fly, and he gets a pretty good punt away. And it's taken here by Anderson. Anderson to the 40. 35, still on his feet. Gets past the defender, goes down the right sideline. Anderson is knocked inside the 10.
Is that Wilcox?
Yes, Wilcox with the tackle.
With the forearm shiver of a tackle. He was not going to let Anderson get in the end zone.
And they officially will mark him down. Is it the 9?
At the 9.
So first and goal for Penn. 5:39 to go in the ballgame, leading by 11. They could knock out the Vikings here.
Score from Fort Wayne. East Noble 45, Lures 7.
Heartbreaking. Not
LaPorte 10, New Prairie 8.
Third quarter. Good for the Slicers.
Receivers left and right now. Offense, there's Bayless up the middle. Kyle drives for a yard. Nice job by Bayless. This 5'10", 198-pound senior. And clock nearing the 5.5-minute mark. We're inside 5.5. Our coverage today being presented in part by Farrell Wealth. Whether your retirement feels like a 99-yard drive or you're at the goal line, they're going to punch the ball in. The good coaching staff can guide you before the game goes into overtime. Farrell Wealth, call them today at 219-246-2516. That's 219-246-2516. Farrell Wealth. There's Bayless right up the middle, and he darts down to about the 1-yard line. Make it 2. They're going to say the neat touchdown.
Duffy's Place is 1154 Axe Avenue here in Valparaiso. Their pre- and post-game stop 7 days a week. Monday Night Football on 8 HD TVs is available, along with free chili, cheese, and dogs and chips. Tuesday night, trivia at 7. Wednesday, $2 Chicago dogs. Thursdays, $2 tamales and tacos. Friday, fish fries, and live music on the weekends. The menu also includes wings, pierogies, burgers, and sandwiches. Delicious, great-tasting food at Duffy's at 1154 Axe Avenue. Secret to making life better.
McCullen, shotgun, Bayless on his left hip. There's Bayless, darting towards the goal line, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. Jake Bayless, the 5'10", 198-pound senior running back, puts the Kingsmen in command, up 38-21. 4:09 to go in regulation. So after having 6 lead changes, once Penn got its groove on, they have changed the course of the game. And they have got a commanding lead now at 38-21 with the PAT pending.
And it's had its groove on this whole second half. They scored on 4 or 5 possessions and just made it look pretty easy.
Here's a botched snap again, and the play run amok. Once again, the Kingsmen have got some issues to figure out when it comes to long snapping, holding, and getting it together, because 4 times today they have struggled in the point after touchdown department. 38-21. It should be 42-21, Frank. When it's all said and done, if you're just knocking in PATs, it could have been a lot worse. You're taking the over and under. And you got to look back. You look back in this series, Frank. The 38 points that Penn has put on the board. You got to go back to 2013 when Penn won here at Valparaiso. That was in the midst of a 6-game Penn winning streak. It was 49-7.
Well, we know who's running suicide at practice. It's the special teams.
I think it's going to be the Valpo defense as well.
Oh, yes.
Dylan Daddario to kick off from right to left with 4:09 to go in the ballgame.
One thing about the Valpo defense is that they got shellacked last year in the opener too, but they got that once the DAC play began. They started getting better and better each week. I suspect that will be the case again here in 2023.
Well, a year ago, the Viking defense gave the opponents 27% success ratio on third downs, Frank. And you're going to tell me that is not caused the Penn any problems. Here's the ball caught by McKenzie, and he'll get it out to about the 25, we'll call it the 23-yard line.
Penn did not have to face many third downs tonight, only 5.
Yeah, they've had great success.
They had success on first and second down. We mentioned the plays in excess of 20 yards, Paul. If we were to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays over 20 yards allowed by the Valpo defense tonight in week 1.
And one of them was on 3rd and 16.
Mm-hmm.
With the football to move from right to left will be the Vikings. Hofer, Reichert, Price, Anderson, and Sharp, the guys up front, to try to get something late here, trailing 38-21. There's a run off the left side and some difficulty across the way. And we're going to say officially it's going to be a no-gainer on the play.
Is that a new running back in there?
It was. That was, as we've seen the last of Travis.
Was that Finley?
I think that was Gage Finley.
Gage Finley.
Yeah, number 28. Finley now on the right hip. Finley, a 5'11", 165-pound 10th grader. Vikings playing without Thomas Berta, who's got a hamstring issue. And Finley picks up some positive yards. He'll pick up 2. It's going to bring up a third down. And the Vikings, of course, playing without Thomas Berta. And certainly a guy that they could use, but certainly not the end-all. Because with the success that Davis had.
Here's my submission for Valpo player of the game, Paul.
Scotty Bradney.
He had those 2 big catches that led to both touchdowns. One was the touchdown on the final play of the first half, and the other set up the touchdown.
Okay.
And I really was a spark plug for the Vikings in that first half.
There's the shotgun snap. Clark back to pass, steps out, throws, and a pass is intercepted. Down the right sideline, some room to run, and finally being run out of bounds. Beautiful defensive effort by Horner. I believe that was Vince Horner.
I believe so.
And Horner with the catch.
Maverick Brown made the interception for Penn.
Well, they're saying Maverick Brown, but I had Vince Horner all the way. Excuse the PA, we are on the money. First and goal at the 9-yard line for Penn, and with 2:29 to go. Here's what Corey Yeoman will do. He will not try to score unless it's absolutely necessary. He would not do that. This is what makes this series special. Is nobody
mutual respect for one another.
Absolutely.
Yep. And by the way, congrats to Coach Yeoman. This will be victory number 199. Yep. So he'll be going for 200 and history. I believe, 46 coaches, I believe, or something like that have 200 wins in the history of the state of Indiana. I believe it's 46 or somewhere around in the 40s to around 50 that I've ever coached and earned 200 victories in the state of Indiana. So Coach Yeoman trying to join that club.
The last 2 drives have started at double 9-yard line victory formation.
Backup quarterback in now for Penn. And he'll take a knee as Kellen Watson. And
great sportsmanship.
Absolutely. This is what makes the Penn program one of the classiest programs in the history of football. And Corey Yeoman, one of the classiest guys.
Penn outscores Valpo 26-7 in the second half, Paul. We want to thank Patent Law, the decades of legal experience. The attorneys at Patent Law are committed to making a difference for our clients and our community. Located on the Courthouse Square in downtown Valparaiso, Patent Law assists individuals and businesses with a variety of legal matters throughout Northwest Indiana, including affordable estate planning, criminal defense, business law, family law, and more. Visit www.patentlawin.com to learn more and to request a consultation. Patent Law, located in downtown Valparaiso, committed to making a difference to our clients and our community, Paul.
And the Kingsmen take a knee again. 94 seconds remaining, clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. Penn en route to a opening game win here on the road to snap a 3-game losing streak here at Viking Field. Corey Yeoman. Of course, last year his group took care of the business at hand, winning 35-6 tonight on the road. 38-21, and they take a knee again. Tell you what, you know, you could say all you want about Nolan McCullough, but Auden Jones, the big center, they had all their success, guys, if you think about it, was right up the middle.
All up the middle.
Right up behind the big man. Auden Jones, 6'3", 335. His dad played football at the University of Notre Dame. His brother, Cross, is the only freshman on the team, the varsity roster, and member of the Indiana Football Digest, Primetime 25. And he did a great job anchoring that Penn offensive line that's going to end up racking up how many?
436 yards, Paul.
That is a lot of yardage.
And it's going to take a delay of game here with 27 seconds to go.
Yep.
And they'll move it back 5 yards.
It's gonna. I have to correct my stat sheet now.
So it's 431 yards.
No, I was just saying the penalties.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Still 436.
And now the Kingsmen will take the final knee here and they'll run out the clock as they take the knee here. Class move extraordinaire by the Penn head coach, Corey Yeoman. He'll be my special guest on Thursday on 91.1 FM The Globe and GlobeRadio.org from 6 to 7 Eastern Time. I'm sure he'll be happy to talk about the win on the road here in Porter County against the defending 5A champions.
The time does not tick after the knee on fourth down.
You're right. You're right. That is correct. 25.3. So Valpo's offense will have the ball, and I'm guessing that they'll take a knee, and we can get out of Dodge. So the Vikings a year ago lost the season opener, but it went en route to 11 wins and 3 losses in the 5A state champion, the Kingsmen, of course, who won last year en route to a 7-3. Their loss in the postseason was to the Carroll Chargers, who ended up in the state championship game. They were unbeaten in their league, and all the teams will get together and shake hands. A great show of sportsmanship here between the Kingsmen and the Vikings as these two teams are going to meet as the clock is going to roll out. Final score from Viking Field in Valparaiso, Indiana. The Penn Kingsmen defeat the Valparaiso Vikings 38-21 to start the season. So the 37th meeting all time gives the Kingsmen a 27-10 all-time series advantage. We'll be back with the postgame show and all the details. Of course, we'll announce that Grindle Award for our top defensive lineman, and all that's coming your way in 2 minutes on WEFM.
At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For the past 95 years, Northwest Indiana has been trusting the Bozak name for automotive sales and service. During that time, the Auto Group expanded from one brand and location to 12 brands in 9 locations today, all under one common name, the Bozak Auto Group. Whether you drive for work or pleasure, Bozak's unrivaled inventory of over 1,900 new and pre-owned cars and trucks has what you need. With over 5,000 5-star Google reviews, see why it's better at Bozak.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can hop along with us for our season opener of 2023. Fun game, beautiful atmosphere here today. Weather was absolutely picturesque. I believe that we've got through the game. I don't know if we had any significant injuries that we are aware of. Certainly, that's always a great thing. But Valparaiso flexing its muscles in the second half really came out and punched the Vikings in the chop. Vikings did not respond in the way that I'm sure that Bill Marshall would have liked. And to tell you all about it, here he is, the man with all the numbers in this game with the recap of the scoring. Here he is, Frank Kilpikowski. And, of course, this report being presented in part by our good friend Scott Miller, the realtor. Scott, he's a 5-star rated broker with numerous awards and accolades, such as the top 1% of all teams within the Berkshire Hathaway nationally, top 15% of HomeSnap nationwide. Recent recipient of the HomeSnap Excellence of Client Service Award based on his numerous client reviews. The official realtor of Hometown Jams. Scotty's also the Pursue Realtors Group's top producing agent. Give him a call at 219-263-3039. Don't forget to visit my guy, Scott Miller, at his website, listandbuy.scottmiller.com, for results that move you in the market to buy, sell, or both. You know what time it is, Frank?
It is Scott Miller time. It's also wrap-up time here. It's scoring summary time here as Penn wins at 38-21. Penn got going right from the get-go there. First offensive possession after a partially blocked punt. They go 8 plays, 53 yards, take 5 minutes and a second off the clock. And it was Noah McCullough who had a big night tonight at the 4:16 mark on a 30-yard touchdown run. Bad snap on the PAT. That was a theme of the night for the Penn special teams crew tonight. Penn led 6-0 at that point, which is where we stood at the end of the first quarter. The Valpo got a good defensive stop on a 4th down early in the second quarter. They took advantage, went 5 plays, 68 yards, 2:16 off the clock. It was Justin Clark capping the drive at the 8:14 mark with a 4-yard touchdown run. Drayden Wilcox added the PAT, and Valpo led it 7-6. But Penn answered immediately just after a missed field goal, I should say. They went 80 yards on one play, 11 seconds off the clock. Jake Bayless breaking free for the 80-yard touchdown scamper at the 4:05 mark of the second quarter. PAT was blocked, and Penn led 12-7 at that point. It looked like they were going to take that into the locker room, but an ill-advised pass was intercepted by Morris of Valparaiso. And on the final play of the first half, Justin Clark finds Scotty Bradney on a 35-yard touchdown pass. No time left, capped a 4-play, 34-yard drive, which took 55 seconds. Wilcox it with the PAT, and Valpo jumped in front 14-12 at the intermission. But Penn came out to start the second half, and they went through the Valpo defense quickly and efficiently. 3 plays, 72 yards in just a minute and 22 seconds. So it was Bayless again, second touchdown of the night, 5-yard touchdown run at the 10:38 mark. The 2-point conversion failed, and Penn regained the lead 18-14 at that point. But Valpo responded with a nice drive of their own in the second half. 9 plays, 77 yards, took 4:23 off the clock at the 6:15 mark. Clark, a beautiful 46-yard touchdown pass to Julian Stokes. Wilcox added the PAT, and we had our 5th lead change, 21-18 at that point. But the momentum was very short-lived as after the ensuing kickoff, McCullough, again, an 80-yard touchdown run, 1 play, 12 seconds off the clock. Dylan D'Addario this time was able to boot the extra point through at the 6:03 mark, and Penn And the sixth and final lead change of the night, 25-21. That's where we stood at the end of 3 quarters. Penn then got some breathing room after Valpo had pinned them deep at the 4-yard line. Penn responded in impressive fashion. 8-play, 96-yard drive was really the key to the ball game here. 3:45 off the clock. McCullough, again, his 3rd touchdown of the night on the ground. This time a 10-yard touchdown run at the 8:55 mark. Dario and the PAT made it 32-21 at that point. Valpo then, on their next possession, threw an interception. And a little while later, Penn with the knockout punch after a punt return to the 9-yard line. They go 3 plays, 9 yards, take 1:30 off the clock at the 4:09 mark. Bayless with his 3rd touchdown of the night. So 2 guys for Penn, each with 3 touchdown runs. Bayless with a 2-yard run. Another bad snap on the PAT kept it at 38-21 Penn at that point, and that's how the game ended. Penn winning it for the 2nd straight year over the Vikings, 38-21.
Personal injury attorney Dave Cock proudly supports Region football, wishes our region teams best of luck. We'll get some Region football scores here in a minute. We hope you never need his services, but if you're hurt in a wreck, call Cox. Attorney Cox is a life member of the $1 Million Advocates Forum and is dedicated to representing seriously injured victims, negligence, and getting fair and just results. For a free consultation and to discuss his best game plan in your case, call or text him at 219-CALL-DOX, which is 219-225-5269, or check him out online at DaveCoxLaw.com, located at 8792 East Ridge Road in Hobart.
Well, we thought that the Duneland would go 1-1 against the NIC tonight, with Valpo and LaPorte playing Penn and New Prairie, but we did not envision this. I mean, Penn beating Valpo, not a major upset, but I think surprising a lot of people that they won by 17. But what's our latest score here? 17-8, LaPorte leading New Prairie in the 4th quarter. That'd be a big surprise.
What else you got over there, Fred? And of course, this report brought to you in part by Spectrum Financial Group. Jeff Larimer, registered independent advisor, been serving clients in downtown Hobart since 1984. 607 East 3rd Street. They specialize in 401k IRA rollovers, income planning for retirement. For over 35 years, Spectrum Financial Group has been specializing in college funds, investments, budget analysis, insurance, and annuity products. For a clear and easy evaluation to put you on the path toward a more secure financial future, contact Jeff Larimore at Spectrum Financial Group at 219-942-8287. Our Grindle Award tonight for great defensive effort is going to be going with Maverick Brown.
Yeah, I think so.
Maverick Brown, it is. All right, Penn High School gets our top defensive award here tonight. Our players of the game tonight, courtesy of Centier Bank, first of all, for Valparaiso, it's going to be Scotty Brady, Frank, because
2 catches, 75 yards. He set up 1 touchdown and scored the other for the Vikings. So.
And, of course, when it comes all said and done, the MVP of the game himself, Nolan McCullough.
Yep.
What a sensational effort for that young man tonight.
Listen to these numbers, Paul. 19 rushes for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. And through the air, 7 of 12 for 147. So 340 yards of total offense for McCullough tonight. That's just he was tremendous tonight.
He was able to take advantage of everything that outstanding offensive line did tonight. And, of course, congratulations to our Centier Bank performers of the game. And let's get to our final stats.
All right, quickly, I know we got to get off the air. Get Bob on here. Both Penn and Valpo with 13 first downs in the contest. You mentioned before the game ended, Penn with 436 yards total offense. Valpo with 263. You break it down, Penn 289 yards on the ground, 147 through the air. Valpo with 136 on the ground. That's far below what their average and what we expected them this season. 127 through the air. Third downs, Penn just 2 of 5, but they didn't have very many third downs to convert. Valpo, meanwhile, 3 of 12. I know they want to improve on that. They did convert their only 4th down with that touchdown on the final play of the first half. Penn with 1 turnover and Valpo with 2. Penn 4 penalties for 30 yards. Valpo just 1 for 5 that was accepted. We mentioned some of the individual numbers for McCullough. Bayless had a solid night as well. Ball 14 carries, 96 yards and 3 touchdowns. Meanwhile, for Valparaiso, Travis Davis, 25 carries, 103 yards. They're very hard-earned yards tonight for Travis. Justin Clark, not his best game. 13 rushes, 32 yards. He did have a rushing touchdown. 413 through the air. He looked good at times. He looked not so good at times. 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. I mentioned Bradley with the 2 catches for 75 yards. Stokes with a 46-yard touchdown as well for the Vikings. 38-21, Penn wins the opener here at Vikings Field.
Let's go over to Fred. He's got some scores to pass along. Fred, what do you got?
I got some local scores, the last scores we've had. So the last we found out, Crown Point was beating Lowell 21-zip. We had Hobart over Chester 10-16-7. Maryville over Andran 21-6. Warsaw 10-7 over Michigan City. We have Hanover Central 26-8 over Wheeler, and Caden Barrett had 4 touchdowns in that game. We have KV 14-7 over Rensselaer. North Judson 34-3 over Culver Community. We have Hamilton Southeastern over Fort Wayne Carroll 14-zip. Cathedral, Lafayette, Jeff Cathedral 55, Lafayette, Jeff 14. Ben Davis 34-14 over Cincinnati Moeller. Whiteland 37-6 over Jeffersonville. Fort Wayne Snyder 28-8 over Warren Central.
Good win there.
Northwood 36-8 over Jimtown. Westfield 24-zip over New Pal, and Knox 43-0 over Winnemac in the fourth quarter.
That'll do it?
That'll do it. That's all I got.
All right, once again, our final score here, 38-21. The Penn Kingsmen knock out the Valparaiso Vikings here in the season opener for both football teams, and we're just thrilled that you've had a chance to stop along with us here today. Our coverage today has been presented in part by Spectrum Financial Group, the United States Marine Corps, Cubic Networks, Horizon Bank, State Farm Insurance, Engravables, Grigger's Motor Sales, Scott Miller, a 5-star real estate broker from Pursue Realty Group and Berkshire Hathaway Executive Realty. Ivy Tech Lake County. We also want to thank our friends at Centier Bank, the home for high school and college student checking. Personal injury attorney Dave Cox. Certain direct call Cox. Duffy's Place. The secret to making life better was delicious, great tasting food at Duffy's. Tech Credit Union, the better option for personal and banking loans. Bozak Honda. First Trust Credit Union of Valpo, LaPorte, Wheatfield, and Michigan City. Friedman Associates in LaPorte. Also want to thank our friends at McEwen Law Office, Auto Value Parts Store, the Indiana Football Digest, Crozier's Dairy Queen, Farrell Wealth, Patton Law, Forest Ridge Family Dentistry, and Mayor Pete Land in the Crown Point Police Department. Once again, final score from Viking Field. 38-21, Penn wins it here today. And, of course, in this long-time rivalry, that it goes all the way back to when the very first game played back in 1975. How about that one? You know what that first one was? I take that back. It wasn't 1975. It was 1959. It was Paul Miller versus Dale O'Connell. Penn eked out an 18-13 win in the first game. In 1959, I was 3. No one else on my broadcast team wasn't even alive. On behalf of all of us here at the Regional Radio Sports Network, for Fred Maxey, Randall County, Frank Kilpakowski, the old guy at 66, we'll sign off by telling you 38-21 Penn. We'll be back with you next week from Demery Stadium. Bricks, Pirates. That's all you need to know. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports Network, God bless you. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.
State Farm Insurance asks, if you're feeling stuck in a state of compensation stagnation, you know, another year with no raise, then let State Farm help you get to a better state with a discount double check that can stretch your hard-earned dollars a little farther. They'll go through your car insurance to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Discounts could add up to 40% and put a few $100 extra in your pocket. Discounts may vary state to state. Danny DeTola, 2449 45th Street, Highland, 963-4444. Andrea Harbin, 6504 U.S. Highway 6 Portage, 762-5514. And Robert Dacus, 835 Lincoln Way Avenue, Valparaiso, 476-7444.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Grieger's Motor Sales in Valparaiso, you'll find Northwest Indiana's only Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership to win 4 straight Customer First Awards. You also find the best prices on the best selection of cars and trucks. Start your remarkable shopping experience online at Grieger's Motor Sales with 360-degree virtual inventory, trade appraisers, and payment calculators. Discover your dream Jeep or Ram on US 30 in Valparaiso. You'll find it at Grieger's.
The preceding production was brought to you by Cool Productions. Coming up next, it's time for Railcats Baseball here on WEFM.
95.9 WEFM in Michigan City.
Half hour away. I was just stuck, you know? Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
CareSource is so much more than health insurance. We helped Becky with her resume, childcare, and transportation so she could get the job. What can we do for you? Visit caresource.com.
The key to competing and winning is hard work, preparation, and persistence. At Friedman & Associates, we believe in the same principles. Our law firm has been here since 1984, providing legal counsel on a range of issues, including employment matters, juvenile law, traffic DUI matters, accident injury cases, school law, and family matters. If it's not an area of law we practice in, we can refer you to someone who can assist your needs. Friedman & Associates, prepared, persistent, and hardworking.
Cougars 11-3 heading into the top of the 8th, and manager George Samus makes another move to his bullpen, sort of. The first pitch to Daniel Lingua, a fastball finds the low outside corner, 0-1. It's Harrison Smith on the mound in relief of Ryan Richardson after his inning and 2/3 in relief. The 0-1. Another fastball, this one a shade off the outside edge, 1-1. Though Smith is an infielder by trade, he is certainly no stranger to the pitcher's mound. The 1-1. Lingua grounds it to second. Allen ranges in, throw to first in time, 1 out. Smith, who got the day off in his first job as a corner infielder / middle infielder, gets Lingua, another two-way player, so to speak, to ground out.